We may only have been within the walls of the City of Promise for a day. And it's not even a full day at this point, just the better part of one. But already we have seen and learned a lot. When we arrived here, we near immediately met with the head councilwoman of the Council of Enlightenment that runs the day-to-day within Promise, Emeliza Treagle, who had a plan and a problem and attempted to enlist the group of us to aid her, to travel into the archives of Promise beneath the Golden Citadel in the center of the city and recover Minkare's shards of the Orb of Golden Dragonkind and hopefully the orb itself, so that it could be used to compel him, to bring him to aid us, to force him to lead us in the battle against the Hawk.
Did she say that out loud? I don't remember her saying that out loud.
Pretty direct about it.
Right, yeah.
I would also like to learn Dahak's true name.
Okay, it's Dahak.
No, it's
He's
not.
a god. I don't think he has like a name.
No, he totally has one. We're going to find it.
But
Okay.
we then went into the city and met with another one of the counselors, the head of the guard. Head guard captain Arumalo also asked us to break into the city archives, but she had a different reason. She too was worried that something is wrong with Minkare, that he is no longer acting in the best interest of the city, and that something dark is going on, something as well that Treagle was adamant about. And that something would need to be done, maybe, to at least find out what it is that he's after. And she thinks it may be centered on a man who arrived in Promise some time ago named Xerxes, a name that one of you has certainly heard before. Nikita's old Ekujai mentor, the Ekujai emissary before her.
That's right. Wow, that is a callback right there.
Yeah, you were not here last week, so I'll give you that one.
Thanks.
That's a thing that definitely happened. Xerxes disappeared what felt to Guard Captain Urumalo like not that long ago, but she ended up realizing may have been a year or maybe even more. And she has no idea what happened. Maybe there is some answer within the archives. Regardless of who we believe, if anyone, or what course of action we want to take, it seems that we will find some direction in these Citadel archives. And as we begin this week's adventure, we are just outside that door. We are in the library of the Golden Citadel, deep within the mostly public available southwestern quadrant of the center, where the door that leads into the southwestern bastion is guarded by a pair of golden armored Citadel guards that do not answer to Guard Captain Rumalo, do not answer to anyone in this city except for Minkare himself. You have your guide with you, Grigorovic, who has led you in here. And unbeknownst, perhaps, to most of you, you are all here thanks to Roshin's absolute refusal to use the doggy door, I believe she called it. Yeah. There's been plenty of space for an invisible resume to slip along as you made your way through the Citadel here. So before we begin, let's go around the table here and briefly introduce ourselves, our characters, and then get into things. We'll just go this way.
All right. I'm Shelly. I am playing Valentina Corvala, who is a monk and very fighty and bouncy and has arms the size of tree trunks. We've decided.
I like that it gets bigger. It gets bigger. Every day, Valentina gets a little more jacked.
It's a small part now.
She'll just be walking on her knuckles and her legs will just dangle.
We're gonna
An orangutan.
She's just an arm.
We're gonna get jacked Lanky Kong by the end of this.
So yeah,
I curse you with that image forever.
Please don't feed it into an AI generator.
That's a different show.
Nobody plugged it into Crayon.
Yeah. Come see Success on a 10, some wild, awful things happen. But yeah, basically, if you want to see someone jump really high or climb ridiculous stuff or whatever, Valentina's like, yeah, I can do that.
Hang out in a library at the moment, but skills that will probably come in handy not in a library.
I mean, I was told that there could potentially be the ability to climb the slightly.
She's gonna take a whole library shelf with her when she leaves.
Just pick it up
Like,
out
I'm
of the
gonna check
ground,
out this.
slam it through the doorway. And appearing into the room as we begin our adventure.
I'm Bobby, and so Esphus fell into a trapdoor on the ground as the end of last episode, and you just hear oh as as Kaladar drops from the ceiling into Valentina's. Oh my God! Really? You rolled a 1? Hero point it. There's no hero point it. There's no way
We
you
literally
can't.
had it rolling.
You're a 90 level character.
I have
You
like
can
a
just catch
throw
guy
a rock.
She's got a roll to catch me, and she needed a 35 athletics, and she fails only on a 1, and she rolled
Why did
a 1 on the
35?
die. She rolled a 1 on the die.
I will use a hero
Where are we
point.
getting these numbers?
All right.
Kaladar's a
I got a
rock,
5.
that's
I don't
why.
need anything more than a 1. We're good.
I am a rock falling from the ceiling. She has catch
I literally
rock
have
as a monk.
catch falling rock.
So she needed a 35 because that's what the feat says.
So wait, my notes say if a rock is thrown at you or would fall on you, attempt athletics check to catch the rock. My athletics are
All right,
amazing.
so we've
also, it
established-
says on a success, catch the rock, take no damage. And my notes from like when I first started writing notes here says it's my rock now.
So Kaladar
Established as Kaladar is a boulder.
He's a falling rock, exactly. Falls into Valentina's very, very capable arms, and oh, hey there, bud. Wow, you are real strong. She just puts me down. Oh, hi, boys. How's it going? Waving to the guards as they're all very suspicious of Esphus disappearing and me appearing out of
I
nowhere.
think they
apparently.
drew steel.
Did they?
actually.
Yeah, they did.
Did they blow
They do
their-
currently have
true.
swords in their hands.
Did they blow their
This
horns?
does not know.
But it's
No one's
okay
grabbed a
because-
horn. This is
because-
like a thread.
It's okay because Kaladar has the friendliest face you ever seen and the most beautiful mustache that the world, that this universe has ever noticed. He's just rocking a real beautiful mustache.
The mustache is level 19. Kaladar is
Oh
also.
no, the mustache is like level 30. Kaladar's 19. Yeah.
Kaladar
grow
is half the
into it.
level of the mustache.
That mustache survived dragon fire.
Yeah. Unsinged.
That's not wrong. It's kind of impressive that like everyone still has hair in Pathfinder now that you pointed out with how much we get exposed to giant fountains of fire.
Tell me about it.
Meanwhile,
I'm Colby. I'm playing a rat folk bard, Raz, who is covered in hair.
don't worry, you're supposed to call him a rat.
He, in the book, the ancestors called rat folk. They call themselves Yosoki.
Oh, is it? I thought it was Yosoki. I've not looked at it in so long
they're
that I
called rat
assumed
folk.
Yosoki was right. It's like they're
But-
just called lizard folk and not a Rexy.
Yeah, but I play the character so well, I always call him Yosoki, even out of.
You have actually convinced me that the race was called Yosoki,
Yeah.
and that like we just called him rat folk as a meme.
No, no.
Well played, sir.
Yes. He's a little jovial little guy with a lot of paper, a lot of books, and a big old fancy hat. And he is just not even caring about that. He's seen it once, he's seen it 1,000 times. Not interested.
No longer interested.
He's perusing books, finding the most interesting title he can in this library of a lot of books, looking for something to destroy.
Such a menace. Hi, I'm Nick. I'm going to be playing Roshin today. Roshin, normally found clad in many layers of steel armor and wielding an oversized sword on her back, is at the moment in her out and about outfit, which is to say that her armor has been banished away by the instant armor spell.
Would you call it her out and about fit?
Oh my God. Bane on you and your house.
That's actually kind of clever.
That actually is.
I'm
jealous I didn't think of it
Two
first.
reactions at this table.
I'm swelling with pride right now. Like I'm so.
That's really good.
It was a good joke. I wish I'd thought
Thanks
of it.
for
So
coming,
Bane on your
everybody.
house.
That's the highlight of the episode right there. You might as well. Which normally would just be, probably just like whatever kind of tunic she felt like wearing that was comfortable. But Resme's influence has turned it into a long sleeve doublet of crushed black velvet with a very nice nice set of trousers to go with it. Still wearing some nice stompy kicking boots, though. And instead of a giant oversized sword, it's a dagger tastefully tucked into her belt. Still, of course, with her unusually colored eyes, half-shaped head, battle scar running down it. She clearly looks like a fantasy killer soldier who is just trying to dress up nicely.
And she smells like death, I'm pretty sure.
Blood and steel, thank you. Fresh blood and steel. Freshly spilled blood and steel. Battle Oracle curses being what they are.
Copper and steel.
I have long sleeves on, so I don't try to give Valentina a run for her money for most jacked woman.
What's your strength?
My strength is
Top left.
23.
What's your
plus
strength?
6.
22.
Oh,
21.
Oh, okay. All right. We got
12.
Team Jack to you. Thank you, Red. Me.
I can carry all this paper.
If this were golf,
It's not a problem when you put it in the bag.
if this
Well-
were golf, you'd be winning.
Lurking invisibly in the library as well. We have.
So, the guards,
Who are you?
using the distraction. Give me a minute. We're getting there.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. Using the distraction provided by Esvis disappearing
Oh, okay.
and Kalidar appearing, you see, if you can catch it, somebody, a bit of air move near the guards, and as they think they're going to pull their swords, but
They already have their swords in their hands. They had them from
Do they?
before. Okay. This is not the thing we're doing. The thing we're doing right now is introducing who you are and your character.
Oh. I thought we were just getting into the scene.
No,
Really
you're doing
just-
what the
oh,
last
I'm
four
Resme.
people just
They
did.
were setting the scene. I didn't know that's what they were doing.
Well, you fell in.
Then she catched him and she rolled.
Who are you in today's adventure?
I am the only OG, the originator, the procrastinator, the elfinator. I'm Resme. I need no introduction.
And it's appropriate because she's invisible right now, so no one can see her.
So you get a pass with that. As you step over towards these guards and you fall to the ceiling, a lot of stuff happens at once. Esmus falls to the floor, Kalidar falls out of the ceiling, and the doggy door to the library on the backside opens. And through the frame, you see another one of the Gilded Citadel guards push it open and step in, with at least one more guard clearly visible behind him. The two Citadel guards that are by the door into the tower look at this, still going for swords, look over towards the door, look back at this, look at Grigorovic, who just sort of waves a hand. This is a thing that they do. It is perfectly normal. I have seen it before in the park. Not exactly like this one last time. And at the same time,
I do have a visitor pin. Very clearly put on
you
my
see, he has his visitor pin. He is fine. And as he's doing this, one of the guards is looking at Gorbeck, the other guard is looking towards the door, the other pair of guards there. And in the doorway, anyone who looks back sees just a quick nod of the head towards the guards at the door. The one reaches over, taps the other guard, points towards the door, and they nod, and still just kind of like looking at the pair of you, Valentina and Kalidar, leave and walk past the invisible resume towards the doggy door here and out into the hallway. A wheel that came in during the pre-show leaves you in the library with just Grigorovic. Well, that was exciting. Welcome back, sir. I believe it was Kalidar.
Oh yeah, that's me.
Anyway, this is the Grand Library of the Golden Citadel. Your compatriots here had wished to peruse it to find...
Oh, you got any picture books there, bud? Because I can't read.
Promise has no shortage of children, my friend. And
Wow,
there is...
what a kid's book. Hey.
It's a kid's book.
That's my dream about.
I don't know the difference.
Yes, we may have some consequences from what I just did to send those two guards off, but hopefully that doesn't come back at us immediately.
What could you help us with this last one?
Oh, sure. All right. What am I gonna do?
So, books, huh?
Yeah, I don't do books.
You don't do books. Now, why on earth would you not be doing books now?
Well, we don't have access to books in the boneyard.
Do you seriously not?
No, that's a bunch of boons. Why would we need books?
Do you like write on the bones then?
To what amount that I know, which is admittedly what I have largely retained from some of my studies here and back in my hometown of my hometown back in Ustalov, we actually studied much of the River of Souls and the passages. I was under the impression the Boneyard had cities, it had people, it had petitioners like any plain other. These are...
I guess they never gave me the books then.
All right.
Fair enough. I wasn't sure if Raz's marauding had extended to the Boneyard, and perhaps that's why he's come here now, because the Boneyard's out of books after he got done with them all.
Oh, I wonder what kind of books they have in the boneyard. Do they have a lot of books in the boneyard?
I don't know. I've never seen any.
We just established that Kaladar has not seen books in
Well,
the boneyard.
Kaladar misses a lot of books. He doesn't look at books. Books aren't important to Kaladar. I know this about Kaladar.
Where is the guard?
The guard is just kind of in the middle of the library, just sort of by this group here. He's not really near the archive door.
It's fine. Well, I haven't done this before. Umbris Arcanus Eruptus. And I'm going to silence myself when I do that. And I am going to attempt to steal knowledge from inside this man's head. I don't know what knowledge I'm going to steal, but I'm hoping it's going to be something interesting.
What are we doing?
It's a new spell I have. It's called Umbral Mind Net. And I am going to steal a broad field of knowledge from him, stripping it from his mind and storing it within my own.
Okay, so
It's a thievery check.
a lore skill, or?
Yep.
Okay.
He
That's
works in the
definitely-
library, so maybe he knows something useful.
That's definitely gonna de-invisible you if you're casting
it
it
is
on a
not
guard.
because I have subtle theft, and if I am going to, Severin is going to create a distraction for me by stealing his helmet. And by doing that, I can actually do it while undetected, and he takes a -2 circumstance penalty to it while I do it.
Who didn't have
Yeah, he does.
He doesn't have it. It's
No,
a
we're
generic
with
guard
Gabor- we're
picture.
gonna-
Then why did you put a generic guard picture with a helmet up there?
Because it's the guard art that I have. He looks like that, but without a helmet.
Does he have anything else Severin can steal?
I see a quiver full of arrows.
He's gonna steal his arrows.
something on him.
Okay, give me a thievery check.
Well, first Severin's gonna do his thievery check. Do you want to roll for Severin?
No.
Okay,
No, I don't.
that's fair.
So this is just like, I imagine he gets his perception just like a regular thievery check, right?
Yes, but he gets -2.
But -2, right.
So his DC gets -2, yeah. That's pretty good. I will definitely take that 15 on the die. That is going to be a 48.
Yeah, 48 Severin is definitely just gonna flap out of seemingly nowhere because while he was perched on you, he was invisible. Once he leaves you, as far as they're concerned, a crow shows up out of nowhere.
It's not a crow.
And just flies
A pigeon.
directly at Gregorovic, yoinks a couple of arrows out of his quiver, and does what exactly?
Yeets the
He runs out the door with them. Got your arrows there,
Shooting out
mister.
towards the door.
What was that?
As as it closes behind the rest of the guards. And Gregorovic kind of starts and looks over. Well, I do apologize for that. That is certainly an uncommon occurrence. Oh,
Do you have this many talking birds in Promise?
I don't know what to make of that. It is, I suppose, a bit of a ritual among many of the graduates in the graduation day ceremonies to have their, they call senior pranks. This seems very possibly like the work of a burgeoning young wizard.
He's also going to take 9 mental damage because I just pulled something out of his brain.
That does, ooh. Sorry, it is a strange, like a migraine all of a sudden. Ooh.
What in
What
the
the-
world was that?
I'm giving him a migraine.
How that bird did not carry something.
That's not what
Oh, you might get the,
We need
the
to-
bird
we need
flu over
him
there,
to
bud.
go
You gotta
away.
be
I will
careful.
getting there.
I will certainly have to have a talk with some of the headmasters.
The headmaster.
You're just annoying him. He's not gonna leave.
Yeah, like the ones.
The work on your head?
No, the like.
Do I just need
Why
to hit
does
him
this
really
escape
hard?
me? So what does this do? What does this do?
I get a lore of his.
You have Hermaean lore now. He does not.
Dope.
Why? Their names escape me.
Does Hermaean
It
lore
is,
help me know this more about this library?
It's a pretty good library. You know what he would know about the library. It's a pretty good library. I don't know what you were hoping for.
I was hoping for a way to look through the index easier, but first we have to get this guy out of
I mean, finding things in a library is certainly not difficult, but he is not a librarian. He is a
A city guard.
city guard,
he's
yeah.
like escort.
Thought it was going to be funner than that, but
Oh.
that's fine. Hermaean lore is good.
Their names escape me. I apologize.
Maybe should lay down, take a nap.
Oh,
You seem
it-
tired.
It shames me and all that is gold to make this request of you, but I must ask that we return to the Beggars District. I fear at the moment I am worried I may be unfit to escort you. I will arrange another of my coworkers to come find you.
And meteor hammer. Boom! Clearly, nope. This is nothing else left to do.
Just hit him!
Knock him in the back of the head.
Non-lethal attack, right?
Roll me! Roll me an
sure.
attack roll. I will give you he's flat-footed. Very flat-footed and does not have a helmet on. So
You pulled like the Acme hammer out and just
That's basically what I do. Can I true strike this? Do I not have time for it?
I mean, it feels like
one action. You don't have time for it. Give me a wag.
That's a hero point.
that's kind of a true strike.
Thank you.
What happened here?
Thank you, Walter Manbeck.
What was the original roll?
There was
Original roll was a 5.
Okay.
That's a 2.
Yeah, because God doesn't want you to do this thing.
Well, that's a 34.
Oh, 34. Yeah, even flat-footed here. As you flick out this giant mallet and swing it down, Gregorovic is going to immediately stumble backwards and reach for his sword. And I definitely need everyone to roll initiative.
and immediately descend into chaos.
Definitely an initiative.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah, that's of course.
Gerkahach, everyone. +4.
I'm gonna spend a hero point here. I think that one's from Kaga. Thank you, Kaga, for this.
What just happened?
Yes.
Hey, you said you didn't know what was going to happen.
I thought resumes.
Neither did we.
I thought resumes dealing with the guard would be more than stealing arrows, and now I'm gonna have to go ask for reinforcements
Wasn't
now.
done.
You're taking too long.
Okay, well, Roisin, what did you get?
Roisin got a. Well, no one's scouting, that's for sure. No one was ready for this. That's 37 plus 5, 42.
42, okay. Resume?
36. Resume's like,
Resume is
what are you
flabbergasted in the
doing?
corner. So you are currently like hiding but not invisible. If your thing would let you stay undetected, you could do that with plenty of the cover in the library, but casting a hostile spell would end invisibility. Because you cast a hostile spell and that's how invisibility works. Res,
49.
49. Keldar?
You got 49? Mm-hmm. I got 48. Wait.
I get plus.
You got
Did I
some
do
of the
math
rat boy.
No, I have +2 for
Valentina?
improved initiative.
51. Because, I'm going to roll a nat 1 when I try to take Kaladar, but on a perception roll, I'm just going to get a 20, of course.
I think that's perfect priorities right there.
I'm going to spend a villain point on the Nat 1 initiative here, which, while possibly fitting for the situation, I am going to take one of Link's mini rerolls here and throw that one again. That's a larger number. It's definitely still bad, so that's going to put him down in here. So Valentina, you are very quick to react. Your reflexes are very well honed. You see Roisin take this big swing, and Gregorovic very deftly, for a man wearing full plate, kind of step back from this. The scale of I have a little bit of a migraine to she just tried to murder me with a giant mallet is a dichotomy where his priorities are very much clear. What do you do?
Oh. I am super annoyed at this entire situation.
Definitely not how I thought it was going to go either. So here we are.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Roisin kind of like figure out what she wants to do with this. I'm just gonna like reach up to my armor and go disparu, and I'm going to vanish because I have an invisibility rune on my armor now, thanks to the recent gift and shopping that we did. Yes.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna invisible myself and step back and see how this plays out.
Fair enough. Raz.
Raz begins incanting a little bit. He reaches out, his hand disappears into a pocket space, pulls out a book that has Gavorik's name on it. He opens it up, just kind of rips out a page. I'm going to cast Alter Reality to erase his memory for the last day.
The entire day?
He has no idea what's been happening. He's confused. He's lost.
What's your
He
spell
doesn't know what city he lives in anymore anyway because of
Just for
Reddit took all of the lore from him.
42.
I don't even know where I live now.
At least for the past couple hours, this is a fiasco that Raz is upset with.
It's almost been another villain point.
No.
I got 36. So you see him step back, and Roisin, giant mallet embedded in the tile of the library where you see this big giant overhead swing still directly in front of him. You see Grigorvik immediately go back to confused and kind of look around. Whoa. Sorry, I need one moment. Are you doing anything else?
The visitors you're with went that way, by the way. They walked that way.
Oh yeah, but you were assigned to a group.
They went back to the museum.
Where
That way.
is your escorts?
Bathroom.
He's having a talk with another guard in the hall.
Oh, this is no concern. I am happy to wait with you for a moment until they return.
Well, your visitors want to leave soon. They want to go somewhere else. They said they might just walk out
Maybe a
without
deception
you.
check.
Yeah, I'm bad at lying. So.
Can I assist?
Is any one of you who is attempting to corroborate? I think Raz may would assist.
Yeah.
She's the one who was attempting to corroborate here. We'll give you one.
I'm gonna use my math to give me a +4.
And to be fair, this is a group effort. Any of you can. It doesn't have to be Raz or Roll.
Okay.
Roll me a deception check is to the group, not to Raz specifically.
I will go
like,
ahead
you're all
and-
here.
and
He does
roll-
not have to take the lead on this.
So
The deception check.
I don't want to take the lead on this. Please don't. Let
I
me.
don't penalize people for role playing. The whole party is here. We can use anyone's deception.
Yes. So
Okay. That is, I'm going to use my +4 because it seems like a really good idea that this work. And that's going to be a 46.
46, and you are aiding.
I can aid with a 6 on the die. That's a 25.
So you would get a +1.
It'd be 47.
So the 47, he looks across the group of you. Right. I'm very deeply sorry for this. I shame myself and all that is golden in this city for, whatever the events have led to this. Normally, the organization is much more well attuned, but you will forgive us in the absence of our leader, Menkare. Perhaps our schedules may have slipped a small amount.
Oh, no worries, bud. You were having a bit of a headache there. You had to take a moment, but they was dipping out of here.
Anyone can get the runs.
And he looks down at the mallet.
There's a bug on the floor.
I would ask, perhaps on behalf of the Menkare and his city, that you tend to less destructive means.
I was startled. I'm sorry. I hate bugs.
She gets a bit.
Was
She gets
it
a bit jumpy.
caterpillar? Oh, she really hates
And
caterpillars.
Grigorvik will just kind of wander over towards the door and through the doggy door, muttering to himself, leaving the group of you alone.
all right, through those doors right now.
Wondrous.
No
Lovely.
dawdling.
Let's on we go.
No dawdling. Let's go, please.
Is it that time of the... What's wrong with you?
I was.
I'm going to the doors.
We just
I'm
need to
going
keep
to the
moving.
doors. Let's go.
We're all
not-
going.
Oh my god.
Moving up to the doors, you would find them perhaps surprisingly not locked. And the pair of wooden doors would open into the base level of the tower with no difficulty, just straight in. They would lead to the interior of this massive 600-foot tower outside. It is almost, I guess, strangely narrow for how tall it is, but still the room within would be 100, if not more, feet across. Still a massive
This is a
space.
different door than Grigorovich just walked through.
Yeah, he
right?
walked back out
All right,
into
cool.
the hall. No, you're not following him into the archive.
Just making sure that we're not like,
No.
it's like, okay.
The inside of the tower appears to be fully hollow. There are not floors. You can see up the insides of the walls 600 feet to the circular conical roof of the tower, so distantly far above. The walls of the inside are painted with spiraling depictions of gold dragons in flight, winding their way what appears to be all the way to the peak of the tower.
I hate this place.
And the room is seemingly near all but abandoned, save for some scattered small cabinets. Very comically tiny reading arrangements of a small desk and pairs of chairs near the door, and a circular staircase in the center of the room that leads downward.
He's down.
Down.
Right, to the archives.
All right.
Roshin's gonna focus, clench her fist, and her armor is going to appear back on her with a crack of displaced air.
Is there a place? I'm gonna try to think of how to best explain this. To have Mataz hide in this room where he can see the door clearly without moving.
There are the cabinets he could hide, in the arm of
I'm
the chair
gonna
under
take
a
him
table.
out.
There's places.
I'm gonna take him out with my last touch of proliferating eyes. I think I still have one.
I think you do.
He now has an eye on him. I'm gonna hide him in the room and tell him to watch the doors. Don't leave. I'm separating from Mataz. My heart is breaking. I can't leave my poor boy here.
but you don't
he
even
has a job to do. He'll let me know if something's coming through the door. He's fine.
Yeah, but I got stuff for that too.
You're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
Kaladar goes over to the door and does some quick, what seems magically fast hand movements, and you don't see anything change because none of you are legendary crafters and you can't see my traps. But he sets up an alarm trap right in front of that door, so that if anything walks through that, I will know.
Through your proliferating eyes, which are still across a few of the Citadel guards, you see the group of them converging on the southeastern quadrant, the pair that you had proliferated to before, having left their patrol around the outside, briefly met with another pair of guards in the middle. Can you hear through these or just see?
I can see through them, but I can read lips. So
They all got big old full face
Yeah,
helmets.
that doesn't
So
help.
you would have seen them meet up, have some degree of conversation, and appear to split their patrols, keeping about half of the groups still going, while the other half were all headed towards the southeast, towards the visitors sections.
That's away from us.
Away from you, yeah. A group of 8 of them now converging in the visitors' chambers, where it looks like one of the visitors that had been in there before when you had arrived is currently prone on the floor, where he looks to have fallen from his chair quite spectacularly based on the flipped table.
Okay. Well,
I guess down the stairs we go.
Makes sense.
You could keep your rat with you, bud.
that's fine. I can see through them, so I like to at least know if anyone comes through the door what they look like. Alarm's great, but it doesn't tell us how many or how armed. Knowing what you're fighting is half the battle.
Fair point. You're right.
All right, let's do it. Down we go.
So you start to make your way down the spiral staircase. It is wide, 10 feet wide, step by step, but we have definitely now gone beyond the scale of what a full-size dragon could fit down. This is the first area of this that you have found that seems to be prohibitive for Menkare to traverse in his true form. The stairway winds down a long way. What would be flight after flight after flight as you descend roughly 100 feet down this stairwell. A journey that for our less physically aligned members would be quite exhausting. That's a lot of stairs, especially when you're very tiny.
12 Constitution.
Definitely
That's pretty
winded
good,
by the
though.
time you get down to the bottom there, Rez, for sure. Whew. But it would finally terminate in a much more traditional, simple iron door. Door arches up to a peak rather than being squared, kind of a small facsimile of the doors above, but has no visible windows or even an actionable lock, simply a handle.
Give me a minute, guys.
What are you all doing as you come down to the archives here?
I am searching.
Is it dark?
No, the stairwell would actually be punctuated by lit sconces that keep it well lit all the way down this entire 100-foot.
There's no landings on the way down. It's
Zero
just
landings. 100 feet of
stairs.
corkscrewing stairs
Not
into the
ADA
center of the
compliant
earth.
at all. Got it.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
This is the most aggressively non-accessible library you have ever found.
You'll
No.
notice Promise has no disabled people.
No woe or wheelchairs allowed.
He's not.
Got him!
That was good.
Nick's not wrong though. They don't have that here. Right.
But magic's perfect. They,
Yeah.
no.
Resume's eyes are open. She is seeking, looking for anything of note or danger.
I'm looking for the traps that I am so expertly good at.
Also searching, fair enough. And hiding, I assume.
Always.
Yeah, also searching.
Everyone's got their eyes
that's
on.
like we're all like,
we
what's
don't. We don't. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
we
going
don't
to the
know what we're
unknown
doing,
here.
I don't know if Roisin knows if Kaladar has auto scout, so I'm going to be scouting because Roisin, honestly, swinging that hammer was the best she's felt in days. And she got to swing it at that god dang annoying guide. Oh, it felt good. So yeah, she's looking for more stupid Promisians to go and wail at.
You need therapy, dear.
No, I just need to get out of this dang city.
Raz is going to be recalling knowledge and within this composition for free also doing inspired defense as he recounts quietly as possible without yelling in an echoey staircase because I can assume the acoustics in here are top notch.
Okay, I have quiet allies.
So it's kind of like under his like a normal talking voice of like Catapeshian fairy tales, stuff he's heard growing up. That
Quiet allies does help if you do not have a party member actively reciting puffing poetry.
He's doing it very quietly. It's fine.
poetry.
Be that we
You just hear him whispering and you feel inspired.
But down to the iron door here, the handle and the door itself move easily on perfectly silent, well-oiled hinges.
Heroism up, level 9.
Okay, throw up a heroism
Yeah,
here just in case.
looks like we're getting into things, so
Okay.
might be good.
As you push the door out from the stairwell, it opens into the atrium of this library down below, and immediately you are presented with more library. I don't know what you thought this was going to be. If your thought was not more of a library, you are wrong. Because this wide room has directly in front of you 3 tall and long stacked bookshelves that reach near to the ceiling 20 feet above you. The room itself is less ornate than everything else you've said in Promise. There is no incredible murals or decorations across all of the walls. There is no fancy tile work across the stone floors. It is much more mundane.
No visitors here.
The room is still lit by an array of these seemingly eternal torches mounted in sconces throughout the room, and the just very soft crackle of their subtle fire is the only sound, save your own footsteps.
Which are
Libra
very quiet.
Saturnum S. Always booking it. All right, so
Is there a map?
We got a little bit of a map, but
No, I mean in the
Oh.
in universe.
Oh, is there like a directory?
Yeah,
You
I'm on
are
a directory. Listen, sometimes they are.
Card catalog, man. Let's be the millennials that we are.
Yeah,
we
where's
don't need a
the-
search. We don't need a
The
search
walls
computer.
do appear to be completely barren, but looking over towards the shelves themselves, it's very easy to immediately determine what they are because they are all the same thing. They are organized by date, going back not 100 years or so to when Promise would have been founded, but about 2 centuries. And they appear to be well organized records of something. Are you taking a book?
Yeah.
We found
They're not really
blog.
labeled other than just dates.
I'm guessing they're Makari's diaries would be my.
This is his live journal.
200 years of his Twitter feed.
Sorry.
Taking down one of the books and opening it, it appears to be an access log. These shelves here are a list of absolutely everybody who has been granted access to these archives. But it is much more than that. This is a lot more than a simple sign-in sheet. Each entry in these books is pages of detailed information about the visitor, their time in Promise, their history, what brought them here, and why they were accessing these Citadel archives.
Can we find the most recent date? Is it
Sure
easy
can.
enough to just be like,
Yeah, no, it's super easy. Just go to the end and find the most
can we
recent.
grab that one?
You would definitely see that as you're kind of flipping through these last ones, and of course, not all of these tomes are filled. It's about halfway. Like one full bookshelf and about most of a face of the second one are filled. The rest of them are still stocked with identical blank tomes that have not yet been dated or filled in. You get the impression that these are not handwritten devices here. Flipping through to try and find where it ends, you would see it is fairly regular. Visitors are let down here. It is not that restricted of a resource. There's usually a few groups that are down here any given day. Most people are down here for up to a week. You don't see any that are allowed access longer than that, but it looks like it did completely stop about 2.5 weeks ago.
So our names are not in there. It's not some magical like check-in.
It's
log.
access to the archives, not to Promise.
No, I know, but
No, it's oh yeah.
that
I
we're
see,
down
no.
here, all of a
You're
sudden
not
our names are
automatically
written
checked
in
in here. No, you did not get
not
like,
the Kaladar can read it,
auto
but-
appended.
All right.
You found like where the book stops, like having words in it. You're like, what is
What
it?
does
I
it
found
say?
the end.
You would see as you flip to that a couple of other things. You would see at least one note in there of people who were visitors to Promise that were not citizens of the city who had been allowed access, and appended into their logs is yet more information about when they left, where they went, and what they were doing with the archives
Oh,
knowledge.
that's handy. What was it, a few months ago that that
Xerxes?
Xerxes fellow was around?
She said about 8 months, but
Yeah.
it would have been nice to get an exact date, considering.
Well, I imagine there won't be too many Xerxes in that book.
Well, it's more like I can kind of tell because I know when I know when Nikita started. So she had pretty much she was almost brand new to the position when I met her. So I'll try to go to a little bit before that because I know what date we went through the gate to Mwangi.
There is a door that leads north out of this room. This room is, of course, not the entire archive. But with your combined efforts, the four of you that can read, you could definitely start looking through these books and trying to find an entry for Xerxes. Is that what we want to do?
Yeah.
Anyone who is going to be participating in this is your exploration action is now investigating rather
Okay,
than
mine
searching.
is, mine is
hiding and
hiding and
you
making
got-
sure that somebody's not coming behind us.
That's
and
fair.
being
You still
ready.
got eyes. So Kaladar is kind of watching as the rest.
I can't
of you-
read, so I might as well do something useful.
I don't know what you want me to do. I don't know what this crap means.
Yeah.
These are some neat squiggles you got in this book. Give me some pictures.
That's right. Give me some pictures. Can we get drawings of all these people? Let's go.
I might be really bad at this, so I might come join you, but we'll find out.
The group of you start with Resme's idea around the time that Nikita theoretically would have been appointed, looking through, trying to find things. And there's no immediate sign of Xerxes' entry. It would not be until probably after about 10 minutes of searching, you would end up back near 2 years when you would find the latest entry for Xerxes. He would have been granted access. He would have come down to the archives. The pages, while they may not automatically append new visitors, do seem to automatically consolidate. As in this position at his latest visit, it seems, or I guess you could add this manual, it's got references to other times he would have come down here. It seems he would have visited this place numerous times. And that it's got a bit of his history, his time. He hails from Akravel. He is the emissary of the leopard clan of the Ekajai peoples and the Mwangi Expanse, things that you know. This is definitely the same Xerxes that it's talking about. He was let in here not just to research, but to add his own knowledge of, again, something called the Anima Invocation. What's interesting, and what I'm sure you're after, is the end of his entry, where it appears that he was placed in indefinite imprisonment on charges of insubordination and treason.
Big surprise there.
Interesting.
The dictator imprisons them for insubordination.
There's
Where
a
was he?
prison somewhere.
Where was he? It doesn't say where he was imprisoned. Nope.
Does
Okay.
not.
Interesting.
But there does appear to be a prison, apparently.
For all them lawbreakers.
Perfectly happy.
What lawbreakers? There
The
are no
rebels.
lawbreakers in Promise.
Yep.
The rebels.
There is no war.
This is technically outside of Promise, I guess. We're in,
Uh-huh.
yeah, black sites. Gotta love them.
As you would have been flipping back looking for Xerxes, you would have seen at least one other name that the group of you would recognize, which would be Emeliza Treagle, who herself appears to have referenced the archives with some regularity. She would have been down here maybe a half dozen times in the last couple of years looking up a variety of magical studies. She seems to have an interest in abjurations, in chronomancy, in conjurations as pertaining to teleportation and planar travel.
Oh, good information.
Whole lot of rewards.
You would also find,
Oh boy.
if you pursued that line further, that about 8 to 10 months ago, she would have come down to do a lot of research about something simply labeled as the Beta Project.
That doesn't sound suspicious at all.
A Beta Project that pertains to something not something that was taking place in like northwestern Avestan.
How long ago was this?
About 8 to 10 months.
And where did it say, does it say specifically where she did her research? What part of the archive?
Doing the research in here, it would direct you to resources about these the Beta Project and the archives proper. It would also have a notation that any of that investigation, all access, it seems redundant as the access to the archives is managed by Menkare anyway, would have had to have been personally approved by Menkare to even investigate.
But would they have done the research in this room?
It wouldn't have been in this room. This room only has the logs.
Does it say where they did the research?
There's another door.
There is another door.
All right, I guess let's go through there.
You want to bless, Resme? Because
We do.
the CDS has a bless for you. If you want to flip that one again.
I would have been also looking at that door. Meanwhile,
Yeah, of course.
While these knuckleheads, while these nerds are reading,
You're watching. The door would
yeah.
seem identical to the door that led in here. Arched iron door, one simple handle, no lock. From even just a cursory passage through the first door in the staircase, it seems these are not even possible to lock unless it was done so magically. They don't even have that functionality.
I could lock them.
Immovable rod.
Stays forever.
Great pantomime, by the way.
You knew what it was.
I got it.
Well, carry on.
Yeah.
Believe so. Have a place to go.
Yeah, because I think we're gonna go see exactly what Emeliza and Xerxes were looking at. I think we're gonna go take a very nice long stroll through it, is what we're gonna do.
And maybe we'll actually find the dungeon where they're keeping all the political dissidents. Maybe break them out a bit. We'll have a nice Galton party about it.
But to do that, we're going to have to go find exactly where it was they were doing the research.
I
Possibly through
say
that door,
a
I
good
think.
place to start is this door, eh?
I'm with Kaladar on this one.
I mean, don't get me
Kaladar
wrong,
opens
I
the
like doors.
Kaldar opens the door, which leads to a narrow, about 40-foot hallway terminating in another door. Punctuating either side of the hallway are a series of 3 doors down your right and your left.
Oh, thank God. An actual reasonable architectural decision. I swear if it's a 40-foot hallway with just a door,
I'm
Roisin
gonna
would
burn
have
this to the
lost
ground.
it.
I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna find a way.
Reading rooms, I guess?
Quickly opening any one of the doors would show you that they look like small bed chambers. Each of them actually has it's not a cot, it is a simple mattress set on a bed frame, a reading desk and chair, and a litany of writing supplies, as well as a cabinet set into the corner.
It's a revolutionary idea.
All 6 of these would be small single bed chambers.
Imagine just being able to sleep at the library.
That explains
What
the
a
great
dream.
lengths of time that
Nerds.
people are here. Yeah.
You don't have to take the books home.
All right.
Can't take the books on, I imagine. Anyway, Kaladar opens the next door, too. He's not waiting.
Oh yeah, I'm right behind Kaldar.
Poking your head in, moving up to the next door. That one opens into what looks like it must be the primary repository of Mankare's archives. The room is filled with bookshelves, rack upon rack upon rack of standing wooden structures filled with all kinds of scrolls, tomes, and treatises. The bookshelves are completely packed, shelf by shelf, sometimes scrolls and rolled bits of parchment stacked the full height of a shelf atop each other, wedged between end caps supporting yet more books. Smaller books are even stacked on dividers, splitting these shelves into sub-shelves. They have as much crammed into these as it's physically possible to do. Immediately on your right, as you come in the door, there is a very long table with a row of a half dozen stools stretching down some 30-40 feet to the far wall of the chamber, where you can see another pair of doors on the far end that lead yet deeper into whatever this complex is.
My gosh.
I think I'm in heaven.
Raz is just eating paper.
Raz, you're drooling a little bit right there.
There's so much to read. There's so much to learn. Oh, we don't have time for it though. That
Nope.
sucks.
Kaladar opens the next door.
As you're walking,
He's like, books are boring. You guys are just boring. I don't have any idea what's going on. He's moving.
as you're moving down the hallway here, you pass by these racks and see that it's not just the ones nearest the door. Every one of these is equally packed.
Yeah.
And as you get down to the last aisle, you would just see out of the corner of your eye a shape moving in the aisle. It is impossible to miss. It is a huge thing that seems to be constructed entirely of gold and crystal. The thing is 10 feet tall, almost kind of shaped like like a drake or a dragon of some kind. Its face replaced by this gilded visor. No part of it looks to be organic. And it is moving down the aisle towards you completely silently as it steps. And as you see out of the corner of your eye and you turn, it immediately launches
Did it see
forward.
me?
It would not see.
I am very stealthy.
It's looking. What's your stealth DC?
My stealth DC is my stealth modifier plus 10.
Correct.
44.
He's stealthy boy.
It's gonna get a 58. It's
that's on me.
absolutely
Yeah,
gonna
it's on
launch.
me.
It does one thing, and they
Yeah, there we
find
go.
people in the library.
There we go.
It's absolutely going to launch forward, and as it does, all of you would hear a monotone pitched voice emanate throughout the chamber from this thing. Visitors are not permitted in the library at this time, as this thing shoots at you, maw open. And I need everybody to roll me some initiative.
That's one way to get rid of visitors, huh?
Yeah, everyone gets +4.
Rolled a 15 again.
You serious?
It's the same
Okay,
number as
guys,
last
I'll-
time.
Holy shit.
Banging them, absolutely banging them.
Damn.
Is she ready?
What'd you give, Val? Is that 51 again? Solid. Kaldar.
Hold on, let me do math. 47 plus 4 is 50. Sorry. Yeah, it would be 47 plus 4 is
Also 51. Who wants to go
51.
first?
Ready? One.
Yeah. What? Oh. What?
Rock,
What?
paper,
What's
scissors, me.
happening?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, you go first.
That was really hard.
See, I'm used to Matt who like fist bumps me next to me.
Rock, paper, scissors, me. Take a Valentina, Rez.
49.
Oh, you're almost part of the cool guy club.
It's the same number I rolled last time.
Rasheen.
Scouting this time?
Yeah.
Wait up, scouting us.
Cool, 46.
And Rez.
Oh, wait, did I get a plus to because we're scouting?
Plus, no, I mean, if you
Yeah,
were
plus-
scouting,
I don't know how that works. I don't know. Listen, I don't know how rules work.
40.
Plus 1.
Whatever.
40?
We're both plus 1 though, so we still bad.
Okie dokie.
Resme's looking at books. She doesn't care about this thing.
Yeah, you know, like, I want to leave you. No, it's another library, please. This is going to be an even 50, putting it right in there. The Kaldar, understandably, as you were the one on the front that sees this thing, as this construct still completely silently lunges forward. What do you do?
Does it close the space on me, or do I have to move?
No, it is lunging. That's like...
All right, so it's not quite-
it's definitely going to on its turn,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's moving.
Well, oh shit, we're not hasted yet, are we?
No.
Okay. One moment. If hasted. Well, it's it. He's gonna hunt the prey because he can do that for free. Oh yeah. All right. So, no, we'll do that later.
The pressure of going first.
Yeah.
So many decisions to make, because so many options.
why
I
I
wasn't
have
ready
the-
for this.
that's why
I
I
was
have
just
the cards,
I was just
otherwise-
walking through a library, man.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
wasn't supposed to happen.
All right. So we'll do this one. All right. So he's gonna move up to the creature, and we're gonna do a little wacky. We're gonna throw some hands.
Okay.
There's-
Hey.
All right. Do. Both of those. Oof. I'm gonna re-roll those with one of those with a hero point from Kaga. Thank you very much, Kaga.
I love your
There was a
little
5 on the die.
Bandolier pouch. Makes me happy.
That's a much better 15 on the die. So I got a 15 and a 19 on the die for. Where's my calculator? I know math, but
If a 19 on your first attack doesn't hit, it's time to go home. But
well, that's why I'm doing the second attack. We'll see. 48 total.
so both of your attacks here will land.
Okay,
on this
great.
thing.
So then
With your
I'm gonna
flurry.
yes, sir.
And do these?
They stack.
They stack for
the
damage
die.
reduction. Okay,
These
cool.
do, Yep.
Welcome to level 18. The 19. Everything has damage reduction.
Yeah.
Because they're star knives, right?
No.
Or no, the punchy hands.
Kind of rough damage there. 2, 4, 6. 1 moment. Oh, right.
no, it's just star knives, right?
We just got the blade gauntlet things.
11, 16, 19, 20 plus
Ask him a question, but I want to let
42 points of damage.
What is being whispered over there into the
42
microphone?
points of damage,
about it, it's
4
not
of which were holy damage.
I definitely
It
just
matters.
realized I can do this and talk to chat and not you guys.
Ah.
But what? So you have your bladed gauntlets, right? What
Correct.
kind of? What are they set to? What kind of damage they're doing?
At this point, they probably would be.
What do you keep them as?
I would keep them as blunt, so they'd be bludgeoning damage.
Okay. It is going to resist that. The holy damage is going to seem to fizzle entirely into this thing, and it is going to very heavily resist the physical damage, taking less than half of that.
Yikes!
With the combined into it taking
Wow.
less than
Okay.
half.
Well, I still get one more attack.
Do you?
I do.
Because
yeah.
you hunted him. Hunting's free
Hunting's
now.
free.
Hunting
Yeah.
is free now.
Yeah.
I'm
19th
free.
level, baby. So I get one more attack at plus 31, so that's 43.
43, that one, your fist is just going to slam into the crystal forelimb of this thing.
Bummer.
Feeling no give.
None of those were criticals, right?
No.
Okay,
No.
great. Just making sure.
You're going to be critting on a 20 in most situations, especially against like without buffs or debuffs, you're almost always
I'm
gonna
good.
crit on a
Just
20
had to
in
check.
Big ones. That would bring us to Valentina.
All right.
You see Kaldar rush off and hear slamming noises.
Yeah.
Is he hitting the bookcase? I know he doesn't like them, but
I hope not.
Seems awfully unlikely for a guy who's usually pretty quiet. So I'm gonna run after Kaldar to see what is happening around the corner.
So the bookshelves are tall enough that this thing is not being seen. Like
The bookshelves are near to the ceiling.
but it looks like there's only 5 feet on the map.
The thing is, like, okay, so here's the weird thing about large creatures is he is large, but he's like narrow large because he's like a dragon. So he's big, but he's not super wide, so he can fit between the bookshelves here.
like a dragon.
Like he
man.
was built for it.
Yeah.
There you go. We did it.
Perfect.
I'm feeling nostalgic seeing that token like that. It's
Just shake.
What's the nostalgia from?
That's how they used to do it back in Pathfinder 1. You actually
We
had,
used to have
long
like
monsters.
5x10 long
Like
boards.
horses.
Like horses. Horses were
I
5x10
see.
large, and now everything is just large.
Right.
But he can fit through the bookshelves. No problem.
Gotcha. So I've run after him. I'm gonna see what's gonna happen, and I don't know that this thing is not capably of being bludgeoned. So I am going to do flurry of maneuvers, and I'm going to.
How are you
also
going
try
to get to it? Because
Oh, right, he's
Kalidar
the
is
Paladin
kind of most of the aisle here. Right. You can't really get to effective. You are very fast.
I'm
and it
very
looks like you can
fast,
circle
so I'm
behind
gonna.
him.
Yeah, so I'm gonna. I mean, that's a bookshelf. So
Yeah.
as part of my movement, is this part of my movement? Then if I could go around the corner and sort of like jump on the bookshelf and go like above Kalidar to get towards the monster.
You would.
Would that be a second
You wouldn't
action?
be able to stay there without climbing, which you can. Do you have combat climber?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely, you can do that. Yeah, it would be
Yeah.
a second action to
So
jump
I
up
want
there
to
and
go
grab
around.
it.
I want to go around behind Kalidar, but like climb over him,
Yeah,
like,
you
above
can
him,
super
and that
just be
all
above
counts as
Kalidar.
one movement,
Absolutely.
right? Okay.
So you just jump up on the bookshelf above Kalidar.
yeah.
Barbarians.
She just
Savage.
Jean-Claude Van Damme. the two
This is
above
the
my
spider
head.
climb of Ninja Warriors.
Exactly.
And you can still fight fully effectively from there as a monk with combat climber.
Yes. So I am flurry of maneuvers going to attack this creature,
Dragon man.
dragon crystal thing. Man, the worst thing's happening today. I'm just gonna take it anyway. We'll see what happens. We're not special.
not, yeah, we
You
don't
don't have
specials
anything,
yet.
any buffs
Okay.
yet. Just in there.
Does a 37 hit?
37 does not.
Does not hit,
You jump
okay.
up and that just clonks
Okay.
against this thing's crystal horns.
All right. I am going to. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna go on the. I'm gonna try hit again.
Why is everyone
happens.
going around the corner?
You hear smack,
Yeah,
smack,
right.
smack.
You can definitely hear the fighting, I'm sure.
Does a 50 hit? Oh, wait, no, 45 because of the.
45 does not hit
Okay.
either as you come
All
up
right.
with the second.
For my third move, I'm going to.
Well, you
climb
gotta,
over-
you do it is an
That's
action
a
to jump
action,
up there.
but flurry of maneuvers means I can do like a 2 hits and a movement. Is that flurry of
It's
maneuvers?
just 2 hits.
Oh.
But
okay.
flurry of maneuvers means either of those hits can be like shoves and trips and things instead
Yeah.
of
Okay.
just
No, I thought it was
hits.
3 for some reason.
So
but
as you
fine.
two
Okay, I'm done.
are both kind of piled in there, just slamming away at this strange construct, all of you would hear the voice again. Bankare's archives are closed in his absence, and as his jaw opens, a white fog just kind of starts to roll out of it. It's pushed as if by a stiff wind, but this is not like the blast of a dragon's breath or anything. This is like a particularly aggressive fog machine. And it pulls its mouth up, and this fog shoots out, and all of you would see it puff out at the end of the aisle. And I need Kalidar and Valentina to make me fortitude saves for what is possibly one of the most hilarious effects I've
Oh
ever read in
dear, we're
Pathfinder.
gonna fall asleep. I'm gonna use a hero point. And
Are they
Come on, let me do the funny thing using your
are they still in the area of effect for its fire defense too?
What is this fortitude?
30 feet,
60.
60, then yes.
Okay.
So
So,
how-
it's
what-
plus
you get
one of your
plus one.
saves.
Plus 1. Okay. So that's 45 for Kalidar.
49.
45 exactly succeeds.
Yeah.
And 49 succeeds. So both of you regular succeed. You are both enfeebled too.
Okay.
I'll
What
let you
is
go
that?
ahead and imagine the worst sides of this.
Okay.
You turn into books.
You are now
Your life story.
as you feel,
And then Raz rips you to pieces.
That's why there's so many books in this library.
you feel this fog just absolutely sap your energy. Your arms feel heavy, and you feel like you can't really catch your breath. It's not like choking. You just feel like you've run. I was going to say a mile, but that's not going to bother either of you literally at all. So the fantasy equivalent of a mile for 19th level extremely fit characters. Yeah. I don't know, like 2 miles. And after he pulls this up, his jaw's going to come back down, and this opened, like, jagged crystal maw snaps down towards Kaladar. You'd also have +1 AC from Inspired Defense.
Remaking my cards.
Hey.
I don't know how to display them properly without getting...
That is going to be a 52 to hit.
Doesn't help.
That is a regular hit.
Regular hits. Is it a regular hit because of Inspired Defense?
No, I have my AC is 43.
Oh, dang it. No. All right, we're 19 now. We're big boys.
Yeah.
Still, regular hit.
We got those fancy runes just now, so. Okay.
And as this bites into you, you are going to take 38 points of piercing damage.
-5.
Which the size of this thing's maw, that is not egregious, but these jagged crystalline teeth in its mouth are going to absolutely rip through you, and you're going to start to bleed pretty severely as well. So you will be taking persistent damage at the end of your turns.
Excellent.
Its assault here, the strange way that only seemingly single parts of this thing moves at a time. Its body is almost stock still while its mouth lets out this gas and bites at you. Combined with the strange, like, mechanical precision and ferocity of this is terrifying to behold. I need a will save just for convenience from everyone, because I'm not going to remember to make y'all do it later.
Yikes.
then we'll just go-
That's a hero point. I don't know who gave it to me, but a 3 on the die.
Probably
I
Kaga.
don't want
Save
that.
bet.
I'm gonna
On my
cash
worst
in
save.
Same.
Kaga's hero point on that
Hero
will save.
points. This is why we have them.
Yeah, we're gonna
That's
we're
a much
gonna
better.
Hero points.
Hero
gonna-
points.
right,
Eating
we'll go-
our hero points.
Down the board.
This is a will save.
Will save.
47.
Frightened
Wait,
1.
we have +1 to will to save, yeah?
Yes.
Oh wait, 48 then.
Frightened 1.
So
Yeah, I'm also frightened 1. I have a 17 on the die, 31, 32, 49.
Frightened 1. Rez.
40.
Frightened 2. Roshin.
42 with greater resolve.
Succeed. So critically succeed?
Yes.
Then you get nothing. Roshin. Or Resme. Sorry. I did the thing.
Yeah, see?
I did the R party.
It happens.
40.
Frightened 2. And at that, it is going to be turn of Raz.
Raz is going to... I am going to run down with one action to see what we're fighting. Do I get my recall knowledge now, or is that only at the start of combat?
Were you recalling knowledge?
Yeah, my
were-
my base exploration
you're-
activities, recall knowledge, and cantrip.
I'll give it to you as part of this kind of first turn here. Remember what your bardic lore is, unless your construction is better. Crafting.
Plus 28, and I'm gonna
28.
expend as he's running. It's a little book drops out in front of him. Maybe something's in it. Who knows? It's like a pamphlet of odd constructs, not golems.
As you look at this, you can clearly tell it is a construct, but this creation is like so beyond anything that you would have read about or understand that you just have no idea what it's capable of.
All right.
It's not even apparent to you what that gas did.
This is odd and confusing. Well, cheer up. Things are better. There's a song about that somewhere about fighting odd constructs. I don't know. You're doing great, kids. Inspire defense.
Go team!
Actually, it's probably not mental either. I can't do nothing. So we're gonna inspire defense.
Not with an attitude like that.
You know what? It's worth a try. Actually, we're going to harmonize inspire defense and Dirge of Doom for my last 2 actions. So inspire defense is free because I'm permanently quickened for my cantrips.
Right.
Nice.
Harmonize is an action for meta magic, and then last action is Dirge of Doom.
Okay.
So
You know it's not going to be afraid.
I know it's not going to be
It's not
afraid.
gonna be afraid.
I know it's
I
not gonna be
appreciate
afraid.
you trying. You will get inspired defense, but it seems to have no reaction to your song.
Cool.
Which brings us to Roshin.
Why is it whenever we get into a library?
So what does it look like, Raz? Roshin's gonna delay.
Dragons, crystals, scary construct.
Resme then?
All right. Resme is immediately going to duck behind the bookshelves and attempt to hide.
Okay, fair enough. We'll roll stealth check when it matters. So
It's going to because I am going to attempt to move up behind this thing.
okay,
I'm going to go out the back and attempt to get around it.
You have full speed when you're sneaking.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're sneaking up through this. It's still definitely you're like 35, right?
30.
30. It's definitely gonna take you 2
That's
moves to
fine.
get around to the shelf behind it for sure.
And then I also get a free knowledge check because of my automatic knowledge.
What is you crafting?
My crafting
It's
is
not acknowledge items.
huh?
Not acknowledge items. I thought. What's your crafting?
I am a master, and it's a plus 33.
You too have no idea what this thing is.
That's fine, because I'm more interested. That's 3 actions.
Yeah, hide, sneaky, but you're
Yep.
behind it.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to be.
So let me know when you want to come back in, Rasheen.
Do you want me to make my
I'll come
stealth
back in.
now?
All right, boop. There you go.
Yes, Resme decided to go into melee range of the big monster.
Sneaky beaky like.
Well, do you want me to hide now or later?
At the moment, it doesn't super matter.
Okay.
Well, so we'll roll if it comes up.
All right, so Roshin is going to move. Let's see, 1 move, 2 move, 3 move, or 1 move, 2 move. I should be able to. I can move past Resme, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You get this plenty of places to fight. There's not place to fight effectively, but there's space to push past each other for
So
sure.
I'll take a 2-action move to move into flanking position with this thing. So Kaladar and Valentina have some flanking bonus there.
That's good.
And then I've only got 1 action left, so I will quickened cast a level 2 heroism, level 6 heroism on myself for +2 to a bunch of stuff.
How long does heroism last? Because didn't you cast a level
10
9?
minutes.
10 minutes and you were digging
we did a
through
bunch of
the
library research.
library. So as everyone surrounds this strange construct, Kaladar, we come back to you.
Okay there, buds. I feel a little sick, like I was just throwing up for an hour on the thing.
Quick reminder
Yes.
that Frightened does decrease by 1 at the end of each of your turns. And for you two, Frightened and Enfeebled do not stack as they are both status penalties. So you don't take them both out of a thing they would both apply to.
Excellent.
Okay.
Okay, so give me 1 moment. Sorry, I should have been thinking about this earlier, but oh yeah, back away. Never mind, I got it. So negative 31, but we have a +1 from you. Is that right for attack?
That's the
AC.
AC.
Just
insane.
just
Oh, we
defense.
don't
He's
have the
okay.
defensive one
Got
up.
it. Okay. Okay. Well, sorry, bud. You stood still, so you're gonna catch all the hands. And he Gatling guns his arms into this thing, going 6 times at a +29. So there it was.
You beautiful thing.
Okay, so can I get another couple of D4 or D20s from you guys? Let's see. Just roll them all at the same time.
Do they? Oh, D20.
So I'm just gonna go to the lowest
crit.
here. So
We're gonna play Find the Armor class. Is what we're
yeah,
gonna do.
basically.
I
So-
like this game. Okay, give me numbers. He's
Yep.
flat-footed.
So 33, I'm sure doesn't hit.
Definitely not
Yeah, that's a
hitting, no.
4 on the die. 34
No.
doesn't hit. Is that a 6 or that's a 9? So that is 38.
No.
No. Okay.
We have stopped being a critical failure, though.
Got it. That's great. I like that. This is just a lot of bad rolls on the die. 4,
It
5,
sounds- It kind
9.
of sounds like it from over here.
41.
Yeah.
41, I'm sure doesn't hit. 'Cause
Nope.
It didn't hit last time. 3 more than that. 44.
No.
Okay, and this one definitely hits because it's a critical. Natural.
Okay, we got
natural
one big
20 on
crit.
the-
Got one nat 20 in
Natural
there.
20 on the die.
One big old crit. Okay.
Yeah. So we criticaled it at least. That's great.
Crits are good. Crits
yeah.
are good.
That's his AC crit.
Yeah.
It's armor classes roll at 20.
You know what? We just learned something valuable about it. It can be crit. This tells us things.
Well,
It can be crit.
Okay, great. So I changed the whatever fist it finally hit. All these were, let's say, piercing damage this time.
Okay.
Not that it particularly mattered, but oh my God, why am I rolling so terrible? 1,
no.
2.
He's back. He gets
3,
to fight, and now he's
4.
cursed.
Yeah, 8. So doubled. So that would be 19. Doubled is 38 people. Yeah. All right. Okay,
30.
great. I'm
Checks out.
real good at math. 38. The holy damage didn't matter last time, so I'm
Holy
not even
damage
gonna
does
do
not
that.
affect it, and again,
Okay,
more than half mitigated by the thing's resistance to your piercing damage as well
Okay.
as the sharp spikes extruding from your gauntlets just kind of clink and slide against the golden armor and the glass form of the thing.
I imagine that it is immune to mental, but if it's not, it's frightened too, because I
It is
crit
immune to mental.
Yeah.
You are going to bleed for 14 additional points of damage.
Is that still considered physical damage?
No.
It's bleed damage, which is like its
not.
own thing. I believe it's considered piercing because it's what I think it's the type. No, additional damage is the type of the thing.
Yeah,
that
it's
I think
just
bleed's
bleed.
its own thing.
So his DR wouldn't matter.
No, it wouldn't.
Got it.
Anytime that you have persistent damage, because I think it's the first time it's come up for you two.
Yep.
At the end of your turn, you get to just roll a d20, and if you get a 15 or higher, it stops on its own. Otherwise, it continues.
Well, considering what I just rolled for all 6 of those things, this is a pretty.
It's basically got like a
Nope.
20-ish% chance to end, 25% chance to end on its own. Otherwise, it's still a problem.
Yep, it's still a problem.
So still bleeding profusely, Valentina, who is perched up on the bookshelves here.
All right. So having seen it not really respond to bludgeoning damage, I am
or piercing.
or
That's what I just
piercing.
did.
It doesn't work for piercing.
That's what
All
I
right.
just did.
I am going to activate my fist traps of zips. Yeah. Zippy fists. So that's going to take an action to activate them. And I'm going to see if I can attack this thing while also being enfeebled and frightened because, YOLO.
They don't stay. So
Yeah,
we
well,
have that
yes,
going
true.
for us, which is nice.
You
And
can
I
either be
crit
weak or
failed.
afraid. You can't be both.
Yeah, no, not having it. I just crit failed.
You dice! Come on, lads. Okay.
It's rough
I can
today.
either roll a 20 or a 1. I don't have any hero points right now.
Okay.
So,
Well, first swing is going to be big and wide.
yeah.
You're still standing right by it.
So you still got plenty of
it's
turn
true.
Oh,
here.
wait, how much does
But
it
I
take
like
to
it's
activate
three.
things?
It's a one thing, so it's 3 actions total, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Want to play your Ripsaw Gauntlets. You still got Flurry, so you can hit two more times.
It's true.
Or you could call that your Flurry and just put a second one in there, whatever you want to do. I guess
Yeah,
it's kind
I'll
of a
call
wash
that.
at
I'll
this
call
point.
that my flurry. We'll see what happens
Okay.
retroactively.
That's better than a 1.
It's 41 though. We can't. What was it? What did it take to hit the last one?
So I did hit it at least once at 48.
You hit it one, and now it's flanked, so it is flat-footed. So if a 48 hit that, a 46 would now. And we don't
no, there's
actually
a
know where it is.
41.
41 still gonna be a no though.
No, yeah. Okay. So that was my.
You get one action.
That was an action, and then I'm. I was gonna see if I can trip it. Oh, yeah. Can I trip it?
You can try.
From in the air above me?
Kick on the head so hard it falls over.
I'm just gonna drop down on it and try to grapple
You can
it.
trip a
And, like,
snake.
at this
You
point,
can
I'm
trip a
hitting it like the only way this is gonna work is if I grapple it. If I crit. But you know what? I've been rolling 1s and 20s all night.
Yeah,
so
you roll a 1 or the 20. If it's a 20, it works.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, well, you're trying to grab onto it. This thing's head has 2 big crystal horns coming out from it, as well as a massive frill coming out the back of its skull. And you try to kind of grab a hold of this, but it grasping at it hanging from the bookshelf here, it feels near unstoppable.
Okay.
It's going to lower its head onto the ground and just sort of seemingly it doesn't even appear to acknowledge the rest of you, just continuing its assault upon the first person that it saw.
Fair enough.
It's going to continue trying to bite at Kaladar.
Great.
I enjoy biting Kaladar too.
Back up. You're going to take
First
20%
attacks.
down there.
The first attack's going to be a 48
48 will regular hit me.
for 30. Is it 34 again? 34 points of piercing damage. Is that what we got last time? It was 38 last time. 34 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And it
Felt
doesn't
like
make you
29
bleed.
there, bud.
What?
Felt like 29 there. bud.
It doesn't make you bleed worse. You've already kind of been ripped into.
Fair
and as
enough.
the second kind of jerking mechanical head motion passes, it raises one forelimb and slaps out and then the other, striking with taloned, clawed forelimbs. First of those is going to be a 53.
I have +1 AC here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that still regular hits.
Is it by 1?
I also have a bless though.
They don't counter each other. Your boy's blessed.
That's mean.
That's gonna
Mean
be
chat.
that's gonna be a
Mean
critical
chat.
hit on the claw blow there.
Oh.
Okay, I'll take a crit.
And the last swing is only gonna be a 42.
That won't hit.
So that one's gonna miss. So you got 1 crit, 1 miss. You know, we're in there.
Yeah,
The crit is gonna make you bleed worse.
Cool.
The crit's gonna come in and you're going to see.
Kaladar's real good at getting stabbied and blend.
You're great at getting stabbed. You're fantastic.
I might as well just take his armor off. That's fine. We'll get
Absolute
naked.
A+ for you. If you need a guy to get stabbed, Kaladar's
Kaladar's
the man
your
right
boy.
there.
Like,
He's
like
just
clockwork.
so nice. What's that?
Like clockwork.
That's right.
Just getting
Doing
stabbed.
great.
Once a session.
I would have
Going to be
been down by now.
No, it's usually 3 times a session.
I
when
rolled
he
the wrong
drops.
dice. My mistake.
Into a
That would
pool of
be
water.
these dice.
You're the new Raz.
I have a lot more hit points than Raz, though. Well, not currently. Oh, yeah, actually, currently.
At
Gotta
half
do
hit
some
points.
math.
At half hit points, you probably
It
still
does
have
not
more
make
hit
you
points
bleed
than me.
worse. It does not make you bleed worse. I was looking at the wrong attack, but you will take 84 points of slashing damage from the critical hit.
Well, it felt like 79 there, bud. You're going to have to step up your game.
It's
How
an
you
84.
gonna catch
It's
these
like
hands?
the weather app. 84 points of damage feels like 79.
That's the
So-
feels like damage scale.
I'm in my bardic woes
God, I
right
love
now.
humidity.
I just went through my entire spell list.
All right, Raz. Well, good news. It's your turn.
Went through my entire spell list. Mental attack on everything.
Bummer.
So instead, Raz is going to hold up one hand like this, targeting over the dragon thingy, another one over Kaladar. I'm going to cast Forbidding Ward on Kaladar
Okay.
as a cantrip.
Is that not also mental?
No.
He's casting it on me.
I just
enough.
target 2 things. You now have a +2 armor class, +2 bonus to your armor class versus that thing.
Specifically
So
this.
does that stack?
No, it does not stack.
Okay, so I'm just at +4.
That's one better.
One
yeah,
higher.
one better.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm good with that.
As a free little cantrip, I'm just gonna pick up a piece of paper that's on the table and just read off a line here. It says, "Was it treason or some chance disease?" And everyone just get a good old inspire courage for me.
Excellent.
Attack mode.
Attack mode activate.
All right, Resme, you're hiding behind the bookshelf
And then
behind this thing.
I when my last action duck around and
Oh, right,
hide.
that's free, right? So
Yeah.
you can just kind of scamper out and take a little bit of cover.
Yeah.
You're behind the shelf behind this thing, and you see its focus. You barely hear, even with its size, the claws hitting the tile as it strikes, as they seem to stop abruptly, all of their momentum ceasing before they damage the floor, ripping exclusively through Kaladar. Even the shelves, the books and tomes and scrolls next to this creature undisturbed as it attacks.
Okay. So my next question is, my action is determined by the answer to this question.
Okay. I figured that's why we're asking it.
This thing is a construct. Can I try to use thievery to disable it?
Definitely no.
No, I can't use disable device. I can't take out my thieves' tools and try to take this thing apart
You
from the
cannot pick
inside.
the lock that is the butthole of the library golem.
But I really want to.
Unfortunately, not on the list of options.
Oh my gosh.
Click out of
What about
one.
crafting? What about crafting?
Click
Can
out.
I
Wait,
uncraft?
I'm
Number
sorry.
2 is binding.
You don't want us dropping the F-bomb, but you can say that.
I mean, that's
The butt
kid
bomb?
friendly.
the butthole of the clockwork.
What's wrong with buttholes? It's part of you.
Have you
It's
checked it?
biology. Come on.
So
nature's pocket. What?
Okay, now we're getting a little.
Okay.
oh man,
Well,
I'm gonna like wake up in the middle of the night with some terrible dreams.
I'm gonna implant horrific visions in you, and I'm sorry, but kind of, and not
Are you?
really. No,
Are
I'm
you?
not.
This is sorry, not sorry.
Please continue. So I feel, I don't know if I want to tell you this. You made a knowledge check. You don't know the specifics of what this is. Constructs aren't immune to magic, golems are. And I know Age of Ashes has kind of made you conflate those two categories.
I'm not.
But like, golem and construct. Golem's a subset of construct. The magic immunity is a golem thing.
okay.
This looks like a machine, not a golem.
You heard the desperate reach in the "Can I disable device" hit.
Yeah, I'm like you can't.
Can I do anything?
The
it's
desperate
not
reach of "I'm a
immune-
caster and I don't think
It's
I'm a
not
magic
immune
works."
to magic. It's immune to mental, sure. but
Yeah,
it's not
that's the
immune
clarification.
To
I'm not doing
magic.
anything because all my stuff is mental.
Okay, that's good because there is a hole down there and that looks like I could take it apart from the inside. Sure. Destructum refractorum. And a small little green ball of light magically perfectly aiming for this thing's.
Are we censoring it now?
I'm there.
Now the line has been drawn.
We've already crossed the bridge. You might as well go there.
We're gonna true strike disintegrate this thing's
Yes.
butthole.
Yeah, and do that.
That is a thing you
Like
can
the
do.
Death Star. Like
Yeah.
Right.
This is
That's
its
right.
one, like,
It's one we.
tiny
This is
piece
a
of-
fully armed and operational.
It's where it vents the heat from its mechanisms out the back. It's the steam hole, okay?
I thought it vented the heat from the mouth.
No, that wasn't hot. It wasn't hot.
No,
That's
different.
why it
wasn't hot.
rolls air in from the
Yeah. The hot.
to blow it out the mouth.
We're gonna take.
It's gonna intake and true strike disintegrate, probably.
Let's see. It's flanked.
You get plus
She's
one.
right up next to it.
It's flat-footed.
I
And
get
she gets plus one.
So that's going to be a.
What was it on the die?
17 on the die. So that's going to be a 49, a 50.
50 will
Because of-
hit.
50 will hit.
True strike,
We
disintegrate into the steam intake.
And plus 1 damage.
Ooh, does that work with spells? Do we get plus 1 damage?
If it's an attack, if it's attack,
It
does the
is,
attack
it
roll?
is.
Does that
She
the attack?
rolled an attack roll. I
It's,
imagine
yeah,
it would.
disintegrates an attack roll.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
12d10.
We'll do add plus 12d10 plus 1.
Plus 1. Hey, spells don't normally get damage buffs.
You want to roll 6?
I'm just
One
going to
more.
roll 6 and double.
Yeah, that please just roll 6 and double it.
Please, mommy. No.
I have a way lower number than that, and I'm rolling half and doubling. I'm rolling 12d10s. I'm not counting all that up. Also, I don't have that many d10s. I have 6 of
collectively
them.
have.
That is going to be 52 damage.
Okay.
Is that with the plus 1?
Yes.
I got through.
Raz did it.
It also needs to make me a fortitude save.
Okie dokie.
Every
Oh, this is a basic fortitude save for the damage, right?
Well, I get to treat things as 1 degree worse, 1 degree better, depending on what this thing does.
The math nerd in me wants to know how you doubled a number and added 1 and got an even number.
That's a great question.
Sorry.
I wasn't counting. I was
52.
letting you do it.
26 times 2 is 52.
Its fortitude save is going to be a 54.
That's critical.
Okay. It's not it's not reduced to 0 hit points, so I guess it's fine. Oh wait, it's not. You deal, and it must make a fortitude save.
Yeah, because you have to
Oh,
hit it and
yeah.
it gets a basic save.
Yep.
So you're going to hit it, but it's so sturdy and resilient that the disintegrate is actually just going to kind of flow into the steam intake here, and you're going to see the crystals of this thing's body starting to emanate a faint green light as it disintegrate kind of refracts around inside its body.
Yes.
And I believe that brings us to Roshi.
All right.
Does how's Kaladar looking?
Oh, he's not looking great.
He's not looking great.
I mean,
is
he looks fantastic. His mustache, impeccable.
Okay, so you
But
don't need help.
The rest of him is real rough.
Okay, all right.
The rest of his ripped to shred
Level-
the mustache,
level-
untouched,
Untouched.
unbloodied.
Yeah.
Level 30 mustache.
divine protection. That's what that is.
Divine
Yeah,
protection.
the mustache is really on the mission from God. Kaladar's just the vessel
vehicle.
in which
The vehicle.
Exactly.
So Krasach and all of like the blood that Kaladar has lost and is spilled on the floor kind of evaporates into a red mist and flows back into your
I
body.
don't like it when mommy heals
I like
us.
that. I like that.
So you're gonna get some healing back. Let's see
Excellent.
here. That's gonna be 20, 30, 31 plus 8 times 7.
Like re-inflate.
56, 57, 87 health back.
Do it. 87 hit
I like
points
that.
back to
That's
Kaladar.
good. I like
I think
that.
see
you
the
like more
numbers
than
flowing
more than
by.
double.
You more than doubled the amount of hit points I had.
Woo! That's good.
Kaladar
That's
feels real good now.
positive.
Alrighty, and then she's
Does that stop my bleeding effect, by the way?
Did it heal you to full?
no.
Then no.
Okay. I didn't gotta check. I don't
Yeah, the vicious bleeds are kind of hard. It's like stopping it from killing you. So it's not even really healing like the surface level injuries at this point. Like you probably wouldn't even really look better with the damage that you've taken. But it stopped the internal bleeding and put your spleen back in the place it's supposed to
It
be.
put the blood back inside you.
He doesn't have a
Where it
spleen
belongs.
anymore.
Well, he does it now. Put his spleen back.
No.
Is it one action?
And bark out Cousins and shield runes will appear around her defensively, and then the speed rune in her sword, which I forgot was there last time.
The speed rune.
And
speaks to you, Sloth.
And she's going to raise her sword up, and the blade will extend and curve into this massive great axe, and she's going to bring it down, smashing on top of it.
bonk. good
Roisin
sir.
smash.
Let's see. That's gonna be a 44 with flanking.
44 flat-footed, still not cool. 45. Are you blessed?
Yes, he is.
Yes, you're blessed. Are you not?
Or the 44 with the bless.
Heroism status bonus doesn't stack with reses.
44. It's not quite gonna do it even with and yeah, again, as this just hits this thing's near indestructible, well, not Kaladar, this near indestructible body here. As we come back around to Kaladar and the healing magic fills him, and this thing readies another assault. This green energy now bouncing around inside it. Let's take our midstream break here real quick at the top of the round. I'm not usually a huge fan of taking them in combat, but this is looking like it's gonna be a minute because
Hey, listen, if Kaladar can roll above a 5 or 6,
we're gonna take a 10, have a very stern conversation with our D20s.
My
right.
D20's doing
You wanna
fine.
use-
We're gonna
Wanna
come
use
back.
mine?
Yeah.
We're gonna
yours
do
are
some
gold.
business.
They're happy to show when it's time to roll for initiative.
Thanks everyone for being here. Don't go too far. We're back in about 10 minutes to continue our battle against this library guardian. BRB. Welcome back, everybody. As we get back into the action here where we left off, our heroes, deep within Mankare's archives, meet the Golden Citadel of Promise, fighting against a big, angry crystal and gold guardian dragon machine construct thing that appears to so far be nigh on indestructible. We have damaged it a little, but really only a little. Some minor cracks throughout this thing's form, and
Cracks.
that's really it. It has intaken some disintegrate energy, glowing a little bit now. We were at the top of the round with Kaladar as we left off.
Okay.
He was furiously counting. He's readying something.
Yeah, I'm like, how many? Okay. So Kaladar, again, he's just so fast with these crafts that it's impossible to see what he is building. But ultimately, anyone that is looking at him sees him hold up a sign that says, "Don't look up, falling rocks ahead." And he's going to have to make me a reflex save.
The whole trap is Wile E. Coyote holding a sign.
That's
all
right. Yes,
Fair
sir.
enough.
You got it.
You come so far in the power scale that you just get to circle back around to being ridiculous because
Yep,
you're 19th
totally-
level and you can do
totally
who's
ridiculous.
Who's going to tell you no, God?
Yep. I'm on a mission from God, so no.
He's a Toonie Loon.
That's right.
It's going to be a 45 on the reflex
Well,
save.
no rocks fall. I just put the sign back.
It does nothing on a regular success, not
I don't
half.
think so.
It should.
It's a pass or fail. There are some pass or failers.
I
I'm just.
believe it's a pass or fail. Give me one moment.
Does it say a basic reflex save?
It does say a basic.
A basic is a type
half.
of save.
Okay, great.
So yeah, basic means half on a success, nothing on a critical success, double on a critical failure. Basic, I know it seems like a normal word, but that is like a very precise thing. So we is going to take half damage from
Okay,
it.
great.
So roll your stuff.
So we're gonna roll 22d8.
Or you could just roll
It does
11
44d8 normally.
No. All right. I was gonna half it. So we'll do 11.
Hold on.
Yeah, no.
Do 11.
Not quite.
I don't know what this is, but it's banned.
Everyone roll 2, you roll 3.
All right.
11 d8.
Ready? Everybody roll 2d8. I'm gonna roll 3.
Right.
I have
And
the
then we're gonna
calculator.
have AJ
I'm
do
ready
all
for
that
trap
math.
time. Give me numbers.
10.
We got 7 and 5 and 8 and 2 and 5.
Do you want me to add those for you? Or?
No, I
I'm
just want him
adding-
to. He's
Oh,
got
he's got them. Okay, cool. We're 11 collectively.
That is going to be 40 points of, I am just going to assume bludgeoning
damage. Falling rocks ahead.
It would be a little weird if it was anything else.
Yeah. I know it's reduced, but it was the biggest
Roshin
one
and
I
I
had.
are
They-
collectively known as the truth.
They are going to be reduced as they come down. You are going to see some like minor cracks spread throughout the crystal of this thing's form, but
When
not,
did you set that up?
Real
Not
fast, bud. You gotta wake up real early in the
and
morning
you're
and watch
going
me
to
catch these hands.
bleed for 12 more points of damage. You can go ahead and roll to see if that ends, and it is the turn of
15 or above?
Valentina. 15 or above, just a
Yep,
flat
not
check.
doing that. Does it get worse if I crit fail?
It does not. No, it's
great.
just a pass or fail.
Because I rolled a 1.
More bleed. You know?
How much was it?
12.
12. Okay.
Oh, you're like,
Hi.
usually you say Valentina.
I did, but then we got
Oh, you
tangent
did?
over
Oh,
adventuring
okay.
damage. My mistake.
I was like, I feel like it's my turn. Oh, it is my turn. AJ's just like,
Hello. Valentina's contemplating what to do about this crystal dragon.
yes, I am. I am thinking about what to do with this thing. My buzzsaw fists are still going because I didn't manage to land anything last time. Did I? I don't think I did.
Nope,
no,
still
I
not
didn't.
buzzsaw
Okay.
fist.
So like here I am, just like waiting to use them. So I'm gonna do my. I'm just gonna like hit at it twice. See if either one of these lands. The first one is a wait. Is it plus? You said
You get a plus
Plus one, yep.
one, but then it's -2.
-2, yep.
Okay,
so you're net -1.
Yeah. Look at us
Math.
mathing.
helping.
So good,
So
sis.
13 on the die. 47.
47
bless.
with it flanked will hit.
Okay.
Hey, we hit it.
We got there in the end.
We're in there.
I'm sorry, just as a question.
Roll your second one too, because they
Okay.
combine for its damage
Okay.
resistance.
Are her fists agile? Can she use dex instead of strength to hit, or would that be
Her
worse?
strength is mega.
strength is
so
yeah,
like,
okay.
that
I
would
don't
make
know.
it
I don't know what her
much worse.
numbers
Yeah,
are,
she
but
has
this is a
23 strength.
48, and that's with the -5.
Also hits.
Yay!
2. What
Yeah,
stance are you
double
in
hit.
right now? Are you raining sparks? Or are you dropping? You must be if you're punching with these serrated gauntlets, unless you have serrated gauntlets on your ankles.
I'm I am in Stoke Flame.
She's upside down.
Bicycle
So, like,
kicking. Okay.
Yeah, just in my like feet, like like we
So what's
discussed earlier that I'm basically in the tunnel. What did I say? The jumping spider tunnel in like Warrior Ninja. So I just like am able to like brace myself on the edges and just like come down and just like punch it
Right.
twice in the head as I'm like essentially kind of still above Kaladar.
And both of
Luckily,
these-
those rocks like went nearly right in front of my face, and I was like, what? Like,
Both these serrated buzzsaws will grind into the gold of this kind of sculpted visor plate it has on the top of its head between its horns. And what kind of damage does this do?
That's a
I'm
10.
again not familiar with your serrady boys here.
Fist damage.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Is it still
That's a
bludgeoning?
decent-
Or is
I
it
think
serrated?
it's slashing.
It's
plus
slashing with the buzz
So they kind of replace it?
No,
Okay.
it's a 10. Okay.
That's a 12.
Oh, okay.
I'll ask in a
I
second.
think
See
so.
if Molly
Yeah,
knows.
I got you. So there's bludgeoning damage, acid damage, and serrating damage. And not holy damage, you said, right?
Not
holy
holy
damage.
damage.
Holy damage is
allowed.
completely.
Okay. So it is still bludgeoning serration.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. I was curious. So, what is the damage? Serrated club.
Bludgeoning? What?
Yeah.
If it's serrated, it's slashing. No, wait.
Yeah, I think she's doing slashing damage at this point.
Does it change the damage
No,
type?
it's
'Cause
my
your fist
every
is
time
bludgeoning.
my fists are bludgeoning, but the when the rune is activated, it adds serrating to the bludgeoning.
Oh, it's just a bonus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes
So
more
it's-
sense.
Ultimately,
So what
I'm
is
still
it-
punching it.
What
but
does
then
it
there's
add?
the base like
It adds that.
it adds a D12 of serrating.
Slashing?
Serrating.
Slashing.
Slashing.
Slashing? Okay.
Okay. It's not going to take, even combined if you max roll them both, its resistance is going to block the slashing damage.
Okay.
So it's not going to take that.
Okay.
It won't take the holy, it will take the bludgeoning and the acid.
It does take the holy.
It does not take the holy.
not take
It
the
will
holy,
take the
okay.
bludgeoning and the acid from the fist.
Okay. That means. Wait, this is not hurt. This is not like. Yeah.
Nope, you're good.
Okay.
Enfeebled is also on your damage. So -2 per hit on
Yes.
the damage, because
I
it
was
basically is
thinking-
like
Let's take
a,
2 away.
yes.
So that's what I thought.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
You're right. You good.
So
You good. You know what you're
9
doing.
9 on the first, and much better on the second. 16, 20, 25 on the second.
Add your
20,
add,
20, 23?
You definitely have like a
Wait,
damage
oh, shit.
modifier.
Yeah.
there.
add twice your strength. I was like, that's
That's not right. Had what?
So 9 plus
It's
20.
It's been a while since I did this.
Add your strength.
5 is 34.
Oh,
6.
that one? Yeah, plus 12.
That's another
Plus another 12.
Plus so 34 plus 24 is 58. So 58 as you drop
Been a while
into
since
it
we
here.
did things.
Your
I have
fists,
it here. I just didn't actually
Well-
pay attention to it there.
well, this like serrated blades that you have charged up aren't really finding any purchase. Its crystal form, even the golden visor, are rejecting them pretty well. While they kind of glance, it doesn't stop the momentum that your fists have. And you find, striking it from above here with your attacks, that you can punch through it perfectly effectively. It has no resistance to the rest of your damage. It's taking all of that 58.
Okay.
That was one action, so
That's
Wait,
true.
so what? Hold on.
yep,
When I punched it,
yep.
Aha. Okay.
Yep.
Things are coming together in Kaladar's slow little brain over
Yep.
here.
We're getting there. There are
So
more.
the rocks would have fallen on top of him.
Still would have resisted it.
All right.
He's thinking. He's thinking. Gears are turning.
I'm trying.
She does something you don't. I didn't mess that up.
We're good.
So you got 2 actions left.
So the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to. I mean, I've been having all right. I'm gonna try to hit it again. Now that my
Whap.
yeah,
You're warmed up now. You're in there.
Like it's just like oh hey, this works. Let's see if this works again.
Stretched out now.
Yeah. It might work, but I'm enfeebled, so we'll see.
Enfeebled and -10, so fat negative
I know.
modifier.
+1.
6.
+1.
Yeah.
Colby's helping. Thank you, Rez.
So
Every
no,
extra point of
41 is not. So my last one is I'm going to
Oh, right, because of multi
try to do a whirling throw, which is not an attack. It's just
You do have to have him grab.
I have to grapple first. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I'll try to grapple. No, wait. I'm probably not gonna grapple it.
Give me that athletics check.
I'm just gonna try to grapple it. Let's see. Maybe that 20 will show up again. Probably not.
If you critically
No, I didn't. Okay.
fail,
I did not critically. I did 18. So
on the die.
Okay,
on the
you
die.
probably
Yeah, I didn't critically fail, or I probably
So
wouldn't have
minus
succeeded. Yeah, I would have
11.
minus. Yeah. So that'd be like 41. What? Minus 11? What?
Because it's third
Because
attack.
it's third
round.
attack.
Third attack. But no, that's my fourth attack. Cause like I get, isn't it
It
minus
maxes at
5?
3.
Max is at 10.
Oh, max is attack.
Yeah, 10's the cap.
Okay.
So you get a little gravy there as the monk. That's another reason the flurry of blows is pretty useful.
Gotcha.
So what's the total? 40,
So-
40 something? Yeah, you're not going to critically
Yeah,
fail,
no.
but you're also not going to be able to stop this thing with your hands.
Yeah.
It is going to, once again, even as this healing magic just flows into Kaladar, this thing continues to just mindlessly bite and chomp your direction. Another snap of the jaws as you see this kind of green glow glint through its body from the intake valve here. It's going to be 57.
That's a crit.
Glad it's not me.
Oofta.
You're so squishy.
Oh boy.
So fleshy and
Are we
drippy
sure
sounding.
that the
Those sound
thing
effects.
we were researching was an enema invitation?
You're a big one there, aren't you?
It's going to do 92 points of piercing
Are you still
damage.
standing?
I am still
You're
standing.
Okay.
And now you are going to bleed much worse as it crits with the bite attack. The claws don't actually have that
Yikes.
rider.
Okay.
But as it pulls its mouth up, it is going to turn and pivot. Its head like pivots almost like an owl, and up to about as high as it seems like it can go, about 14 or so feet off the ground, and angles down. And you see this this green glow replaced by a red energy that you see kind of refract up through its neck and into its mouth, and a blast of fire surges up the aisle. I need a reflex save from everybody but Rez. Resume's got cover, so you can take a +2.
Resme likes those words.
Cover, good.
You get +2 to
Yeah,
it.
I get +2. Excellent.
Only
Reflex?
him.
Reflex. I'm gonna use my calculator because I can do that too. I have one.
Math.
All right, so let's go around the circle. Valentina,
46.
46. Well, regular succeed. Do you have the thing that makes that a critical succeed?
I mean, I have a thing. Is that
Well, what I
you
mean, like, do you have there's like improved evasion or
Improved
something
evasion.
as a monk?
Yeah.
Possibly?
Kaladar?
Path to perfection depends
Sure.
which one it is.
I'm sure she does.
If you would have picked reflexes, you're good.
I
So,
have
yeah.
Path to Perfection. I'm not sure what I have on it. Let me take a look.
All right, Kaladar.
51.
51 will regular succeed. You definitely have it, so you will take nothing here. Raz.
You said I didn't
Oh,
have
not
to.
Raz. Roshin.
35.
35. You got a bless?
I do.
That makes it not a critical failure. Bless.
Thank you, Haven the Oracle.
Bless to a regular failure.
I'll take it.
Resume.
48 with cover.
Regular succeed. The total damage is going to be 84 fire damage. Half if you succeeded, so 42
Plus fire resistance.
across the group of you. So Valentine, you'll be taking either 42 or 0 if you do have improved
So
evasion.
many things.
And that will bring us around to Raz.
It's different.
And Roshin, keep that bless up there. Disciple Ex Machina immediately putting it back on the board.
Nice.
+1 good.
Thank you, Disciple Ex Machina.
No, I have it on the other two. I have it on
Okay, so then you will also take 42.
42.
Raz.
I took 0. Is that right?
Because you have super
Thank
evasion.
the heavens.
You-
How much did I bleed for, by the way? If I did start bleeding,
that's on your turn.
Okay,
Your
good.
turn. Bless you.
Thank you.
As a free action, I have effortless concentration. I've upped my action economy recently. So I'm
Actually,
going
good.
to effortlessly concentrate on Forbidding Ward to keep my good friend Calidar alive. I'm going to take a few peeky, sneaky steps up to the edge of the corner. I'm going to... Calidar, I want you to imagine in your head a peaceful riverbank, cool winds on a
Oh yeah,
cool
but that's
spring.
really easy right now, bud. I don't know what you're doing.
But as soon as I start saying you imagine it, and you're not, your mind goes somewhere soothing, and I'm going to cast a 9th level Soothe on him.
Caladar's great at getting stabbed. You just stand up here, get stabbed, and let
job.
them do their stuff. You're
my
having
job.
a
Yeah, we're
wonderful
good.
time.
And then as the final one, I'm going to, once again, inspiring as my quickened action. Because
Oh, right.
effortless concentration is a free action,
It's
and quickened
free,
action,
yeah, okay.
So I'm going to roll this, and then I need...
So as you move up and you're rolling this, all of you would have seen the red glow from this fire. That doesn't look like it had protruded. It wouldn't have protruded all the way to the end of the aisle where you were, as it was angled downwards. But you would see, while this was an incredibly powerful gout of flame that come out of this thing's mouth, as it clears, it leaves near no smoke. Just a little bit of steam that dissipates into ephemeral effervescence near immediately. And as scorched as all of you are, the bookshelves are completely unharmed. The tomes all still totally unmoved, not a singe or a burn on them.
That makes sense.
Wait, was that fire damage?
It was fire damage.
Okay.
Not in the books, it
Resume.
won't.
Invictus Truforma. And Resme will intone, and as she does, all of you will get this feeling of deja vu come over you, where you know what's going to happen. You see this thing's actions, and you feel able to predict exactly what it's going to do on its next shot. So that's going to be true target for everyone. And then Resme's eyes will light up with sparks. Arctis Invictus. And I'm gonna electric arc this thing. So it's gonna give me a reflex save.
Okie dokie. Oh, that was almost a natural one. 42.
42 will exactly.
It
Wait, do you have a
Oh, bless.
bang?
I don't know
It
if I
should
got
fail.
nothing.
You got your Apex item. Increases your saves by 1.
That's right, it does.
Increases saves.
It increases her DC because she's Charisma caster.
Well, that's factored in.
Yeah, that's factored in.
Is it 42 or 43?
It should be
42.
No, it should be 43.
It should be 43.
Numbers are hard, y'all.
No,
Numbers
he's
are-
right.
I'm sorry.
This is
I
my old
apologize.
sheet.
Oh, you have your old sheet?
I have my old
you
sheet.
only brought the front page?
I only brought the front page. I'm dumb. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
okay.
We should have the exact same numbers.
Yeah, that makes sense. You should. Then it fails.
Sorry.
By 1 because I do not have a bless.
Woo!
I'm sorry.
I love it.
We went shopping, y'all. Our
We
numbers
got some
changed.
stuff-
It
Yeah,
got
we changed
weird.
a bunch of stuff. We
Yeah.
bought things and promised. We had a nice day out.
It was
A lot
the
of things
best.
happened. We got new numbers. So, bazap.
So,
So 3,
a whole lot
6.
more intense than that, I'm sure. It's lightning coming out of them like 10 feet.
I feel like we're encouraging anyone who's like, I'm gonna do some online shopping and be a new person. And you're like, that's not how that works. And it's like, actually,
Well,
it kind of works that way in Pathfinder, though. We're just new people now.
Functions, yeah.
My life is better because I spent money.
Yeah, but that's just how life works, though.
boy.
It's going to take 36 points of electricity damage.
Okay, so as you see this white arc of electricity crackle and surge across this thing's body, you see it jump through the gilded armor of the thing and dance across its crystal frame. The white energy seems to focus inward for a moment before it blasts out in a white wave. I need everyone to make a reflex save.
Do I still get cover?
You still have cover.
Do I have cover?
Kaladar is spending whoever gave me this last hero point. I
Kaga.
put 6 on the door. And was it Kaga again?
It was Kaga today.
I'm sure it was. Well, yeah, anyway.
Thank you, Kaga, because I also rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Hero points!
I'm going to
Look
use
at that die. This die is going over here.
one of mine from GM for Life. Because I have one that's not from Kaga.
I'm just.
It might have been from
Yeah,
you.
but
I just used all three of mine. That's
Maybe.
grandfathered endpoint. All right, let's go down the line here. Valentina,
I got a 37.
37 will fail. Kaladar,
52.
52 will succeed, so critically succeed. Rez,
Do I have cover from where I'm at?
I'll give you cover, yeah.
That makes my math easier. 48.
48 will regular succeed. Roshin,
36.
36 will regular fail. Resume,
54.
54 will regular succeed. Do you have a bless?
I do.
Then you critically succeed, and you survive the consequences of this explosion.
Yay.
It is going to be 38 points of fire damage, whatever she just said. I'm pretty sure it was 38. 36 points of fire damage.
It's
Fire or
electricity.
electricity?
Of
It's
fire
fire now.
damage.
Heard that. Okay.
As this wave erupts
36?
out
Yeah.
from this thing, half if you succeeded.
And then also plus your resistances and all that.
Yeah.
So it is not damaged, I'm guessing.
It
by
does
that
not
at all.
appear to be damaged from the spell effect. No, it simply reflected it outward in a burst.
So what you're saying is spells are a trap and you suck.
It's not immune to magic, okay?
What you're saying is I suck and
It's
everything
not
I'm saying
immune
is
to
a
magic.
lie and a trap.
Roshin, I said it wasn't immune to magic.
I
It's
said
not a golem.
if you wake up
He
tomorrow
did it?
without a beard,
It's almost functionally a golem, but it's not technically a golem.
Oh, I'm gonna
Roshin,
get
He didn't lie. He let you draw the wrong conclusion. That's what happened.
just enough rope to hang yourself. I love my job.
Your job is to lie to people. It's great.
And he's super good at it is the problem.
Seeing that this thing seems to just kind of continuously maul Kaladar, Gramahar, and she'll blow a kiss at Kaladar, and a sort of a spectral outline double of Roshin will kind of appear around him and just sort of embrace him and then fade away. That's shield other. I take half Kaladar's damage.
Resume's real jealous right now.
She's also baned. She's so jealous that she's baned from Link 14.9.
wow, mean
Take
to the players. Shield other, so that does my AC go up again?
It just means
No,
that
I take half your damage.
she's going to eat half of it for
Okay.
you.
And her wounds are slowly gonna close as her battle curse is doing work. It's not gonna keep up with this if Resume keeps casting electric arc at it though. See how it works.
I'm sorry, do you want to die also?
What? I'm next to you, so I can block more shots in case they come after you.
It's not going to save you.
And the sword is going to morph again into a giant grand maul. The head of which is actually a rose, a stylized rose. Really, it's a sphere carved to look like a rose. You can
Yeah,
only
fair enough.
get a
He's the
smashy
world's
head.
biggest morning star.
That's
All right.
basically it. And she's going to try to bring this down, judging its movements from Resume's spell.
So you're all at 1 and a 2?
No, I rolled an 11, but that's not going to work because it didn't work last time. That's 45.
Got a bless?
I do have a bless.
Flanked. A 45 will do it with your bless. Yeah! 46 gets it flat-footed.
Thank you, Disciple Let's Machina.
Thank you, everyone but Link.
Thank you.
Makes our
Thank
life
you, Link.
interesting.
Thank you, Link.
I appreciate you, Link. You're a great guy.
Will it take negative damage?
Negative.
Pattern is full. I hate you.
None of that. Hang on, I'm going down my list of stuff. It doesn't.
No
really-
negative. No
Not that,
holy.
Not that. Shifting. I did that. All right, cool.
It took shifting.
Okay.
That's a nice
so
damage.
That's pretty decent, actually. 40 points of bludgeoning from an adamant hammer.
Sal Sartad, Sal's giant ornate carved rose, is going to crash into the hind leg of this thing and shatter chunks out of it. That is fully effective. That's not going to be resisted at all.
Lovely. And then it's going to almost dance on its own accord, whip out to try to catch it one last time with the haste rune on my speed. Sorry, the haste from my speed rune.
That's it. You got it.
Yeah,
The
whatever.
speed from your haster?
Not a 20, so probably not.
I mean,
So
by
four-
math, you need a 17. If the 11 hit with the bless,
That's a good
you
point.
need to be 6 higher.
But that's a 14, so.
Kaladar.
Did this thing, you said it stood up?
It kind of like
So it kinda
reared up.
So
Yes.
it kind of gave me its belly?
Yeah, still right. Very much in belly slapping range.
All right.
Bad cat.
You can give it some very unwanted tummy rubs. It's okay. It's gonna be very unwanted biting.
So explain to me what Kaladar saw when Valentina hit it and did effective damage.
You would
did he
certainly-
see and understand what happened? He's a fairly
Are you
smart
proficient
dude.
in what? You're legendary in crafting, right?
Correct.
You punched it, no effect. Valentina punched it. You saw the blade of her like ripsaws deflect and her fist punch through. You see Roisin behind with this black metal ball smash through it. It seems that the type of damage is not necessarily the problem. It is the lack of adamant that you have in your weapons.
Well, I'm not going to be able to do anything about that, unfortunately.
Not adamant enough.
All right. Well,
It's not a golem.
I hate you.
It just has all of the stats and resistances of a golem.
I really don't want to talk to you anymore.
all right. Well, you know what? It's fine. He just reloads his arms. He's going to go for slashing damage because that's the only one he hasn't tried yet. Here we go.
See if it works.
You get True Strike.
Do you have a couple of more? Oh, I do have True
Yeah,
Strike.
you get roll twice,
I'll
take
do,
better.
I'll do one for True Strike real quick.
Chef ZJSA.
All right.
Roisin, take that bless back. Put
Thank
that back
you,
on the
Chef.
board.
I appreciate
This fight's
that.
Not going fantastically, so take that.
Yeah, I'll take it.
So does an AC... Are you doing a songy thing for
Yeah,
us?
you get plus
Okay.
1.
So
Are you singing?
I'm always doing a songy thing.
there's a 48 will
48 will
connect?
definitely
Okay,
hit,
great.
yes.
So the first one will hit. And here. That's fine. All
Everybody said no.
right. All right. So the other... Oh, wait, leave that. That's fine. That one hit.
Didn't cast.
Did all the rest
Don't
of
touch
these
the
hit.
hitting one.
So was for simplicity's
Should've
sake,
cast
was
it, but I
48
didn't.
the lowest I could go?
No, because you're
Okay.
also flanking it, so you know it's
47.
46 from
Great,
Roisin's
a 46.
46 will hit exactly the
Great.
flat-footed.
None
yes.
of the rest of these hit.
Just catch it.
Is that with the enfeebled?
Yes.
Okay.
All
I'm
right.
gonna roll my
Here we go.
breath and it'll die. There we go.
3, 6, 10. So 22 plus 22 is 44 points of damage.
Is
Whatever
this your
damage.
big 3-action Giga Flurry?
This is my Giga Flurry. I only
Those-
get twice. They
Oh.
don't stack. Yeah, they don't stack for.
So it's 22 and 22.
Yeah.
These two blades are gonna glance
Great.
harmlessly against this thing's crystalline body. It
All right.
is nigh indestructible without adamantine weapons with physical assaults.
Got it.
Which
Thank you for your borrowed dice.
will bring us welcome to the Raz bucket. Help, he's immune to my everything.
Yeah.
Valentina.
All right. So what's going on over here? Kaladar, it seems like he's having
She's still
not the
salty.
best time in the world. So
not
I'm gonna
talking to you.
do battle medicine, like
It's
from
okay.
above.
okay,
Why
buddy.
not?
Gives me a little.
Applies to like,
Counsels you
Pull
have.
out a small comb, straighten his mustache.
yeah, that's what it is.
And 0 things happen because I just critically failed that.
Wait.
Don't you have assurance? Don't you?
I do have assurance. I guess I could just have used assurance.
Well, if you roll for it, you might critically succeed. So
I know, but I rolled for it and I got a critical fail.
Did you get a 1?
I did get a 1, but it does say that nothing
You gonna
happens.
She pats me on the head,
It's
but
to
it's real
treat-
hard.
It's to treat wounds. It's not nothing happens.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
I have on this. I
Kaladar,
have
you
on, like,
take
a-
5
Oh,
damage.
so sorry.
She's helping.
She just bops me on the head real fast.
She doesn't know her own strength.
Kaladar will take 2 damage. Roshin's head hurts a bit.
Actually, it was 5 physical damage. The DR from him.
That's not up. He doesn't have the
Ow.
I can't help you from pet pats.
Valentina
Sorry,
manages to
Boo.
punch
I,
2 of her teammates 15 feet away from each other.
These adamantine fist wraps.
Makes it kind of hard. You're heavy-handed.
Oh boy. Okay.
Oh.
Thanks up there, bud.
All right, I'm gonna do battle medicine again with insurance because I feel bad.
You can't battle medicine him again.
Oh, I
He's
can't.
got
That's
the
right.
immunity.
I forgot. Oh.
That's okay.
Okay, it's fine.
But you
All right, in
can-
that case, I'm gonna
Punch the
You
thing.
can punch
the
it and take 2 and roll 2, pick the highest.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Roll 2, pick the highest, and then roll a 3rd time also for the second attack. You get to roll a bunch of stuff.
It's true.
You could 20.
I could, but I'm not going to. I
That's defeatist talk.
mean, I had already rolled.
It's not saying that
Probability no longer works. If
Then
I
you should
flip
have
a
said I
coin,
didn't.
English tenses. You can do what you want.
What do you got?
47.
47 will hit flanked. And then you get 1d20 for your second
and
attack.
then-
I guess the combining doesn't matter because you ignore its DR, so
It's still cool.
it's still neat. It's
Oh no,
really-
actually I didn't take the 2 away. I was taking the 1 away. It was 46.
46 hits, yeah.
Okay.
We've
and
scienced
then-
the AC, it's that.
Okay, it's exactly
did it. We
that.
found it.
We did it.
Some
And
experimenting.
then, what am I doing? 10.
Math.
Doing
Not-
math.
The other one is like a 43, so no.
46 is definitely the better
Okay.
one. So you got one good fist in there.
Yes, I did get one fist in there.
Full damage on that.
And we established already that my hand wraps do bludgeoning,
and you're at
acid, and and
adamantine.
slashing. What's that? Yeah.
Yeah, so you get your bludgeoning and your acid, yeah.
Okay.
Because it do be taking acid
But they don't. They do
damages.
the slashing as well. Yes. No.
No,
they don't do the slashing. Okay.
In worst case, it explodes.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Let me move that down.
Punchy.
Didn't punch it.
The downside
Alright.
of multiple damage types is they get resisted individually.
Yes. Yeah.
Also,
That's an upside for us.
Yeah, it works great when you're getting hit by the everything tornado that just craps out every single element known to man.
Right.
It works, really comes around in your favor.
Yeah.
So is his +1 and my -2 account for my
Yes.
damage as well?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm helping.
Yeah. You're helping.
You're doing it. Listen, a bard does the
Go,
most.
team,
A bard
go,
can do,
team.
A bard can do a ton of damage.
Every point of extra damage they deal is on me.
That's right.
You
That's
get
right.
credit.
You get credit.
20.
20. Okay.
Shake and bake and I helped.
That's how you get the assist.
And as that fist lands, you see the top of this thing's skull really start to crack and shatter a bit. It's fairly heavily damaged with the assault that has been laid into it here, and doesn't seem like it will take much more to knock it down.
Well, in that case,
3 action
Search
power.
Might as
seek
well
for
just
trun-
see,
seek
yeah,
for 20s.
seek
And this
like, so-
monotone kind of stilted voice comes out of it again as it starts to jerk a little bit.
Yep.
The archive is for invited guests only.
I mean,
We're invited.
kind
Bud,
of
we got
invited.
visitor passes. We're good.
I'm not feeling sorry for you.
I did not roll a 4.
All right, and then it is going to do stuff to Kaladar.
Bring it on, bud.
All right.
There is no parking in the white zone.
Oh, also, I didn't get your bleedy
Bleed
bleeders in
damage,
there.
yeah.
It's only for unloading.
Oh, wow. What's funny is you're going to take less. It's 13 from your literally twice as much bleed.
So he'll
It's like
take 6, and Roisin will just have a trail of blood run out of her ear.
solid.
Heard that.
So, big, bitey crystal mouth. Ooh, I could hero point that, but I'm just going to take the 43, honestly.
That doesn't hit me.
43, the mouth. Finally, Kaladar dodges one. We're in there.
Bring it
He's
on,
on
bud.
the
What's up? I
board.
just catch his mouth for a second. I'm like, no, bud.
As you
Not
kind of
this
hold
time.
that, the
Push it back a
first
little
of the crystalline claws shoots out with a 48.
That one will hit.
49, and the
that-
second of the crystalline claws shoots out with definitely not hitting on the
He just-
third attack.
The other one.
So the
You learned its moveset.
That's right. That's right.
we're getting there. He's getting the dodge timings down. He's in
dodge
there.
rolls. I got it.
Stop panic rolling.
That's right.
Yeah, that first one, it's just like raises it and just. And then it hits you.
It's going to be an even 40 points of slashing damage, so 20 and 20 across the
Heard.
two of you here. And that's the best it has. It seems to really be slowing down as Valentina and Roisin just blast into it. Raz.
Raz, all for my turn. Hey, I think you know the Clarence twins. Their birthday is tomorrow, and they're turning 5. Just so you know, Resme, keep that in mind for a birthday card later. I'm gonna
I don't care.
Inspire and courage. Keep up the concentration on this kid. And
Valentina, we have to beat you. We'll keep talking about the name things.
and then I'm gonna duck back around. I got blasted with fire with a little bit. It kind of twinged its whiskers, so I'm gonna back around the.
Not these whiskers, though. These whiskers are immaculate.
Adamantine whiskers.
right.
Resme.
It's gonna have to start headbutting.
Go ahead with a spell.
Do it.
I'm gonna get ready for my reflex.
Hit with a spell. Do it. Blow it up. It's so close to dead. You can kill it. You can be the hero.
Don't take the bait.
It can be your moment.
Try disintegrate again.
Look at that
Try
face.
disintegrate again. Maybe
Actually,
we'll resist this
disintegrate
time.
Disintegrate did work, though.
Well, it
was fine.
just got trapped inside of it. Once it opens up, is disintegrate going to come hit all of us?
No, it's only gonna hit me. I'm fine. It's okay.
What you do?
Other than
Come
plotting,
slice
other
your
than
ass.
plotting a middle of the night beard shave.
What does Resume do?
Resume will sit there and look at this thing. How is everyone looking health-wise?
I'm doing fine. It's not interested in any of us.
It's really just ripping on
A little
Kaladar.
rough.
I mean,
I'm
I guess it hit us with the fire that you threw at us.
Well, it didn't hit
In
us.
that particular case, yeah, I'm a little roughed up.
How's my friend looking?
Your friend is looking fairly badly burned with a few inexplicable. Bad headache, actually. I'm not sure where that came from.
You know what, honey? Since you're the only one who loves me, I'm going to make sure that you feel better. And she'll touch a hand to your head, and lovely white light will suffuse you, and you will feel warmth flood through your body.
I love how we've gone through 19 levels of Resume story arc and she's still a pouty teenager. That's character development.
In fact, I think she's learned how to hold a grudge even better.
Yeah, she's literally just more pouty.
Hell hath no fury.
Which is amazing because you did shield me and she got real jealous. So
Did she?
Yeah,
Didn't seem to.
Wow,
You said she got real jealous, but I don't know if she got real jealous.
Who's getting healed right now?
I'm trying to get healed. Is what's happening.
Take 78 points of health back.
Don't mind if I do.
I was like, I get you 78 points of health. It's okay.
She's also taking half of yours.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
Anything else?
And I can see her. I can't actually see you.
Right. You're right.
You probably see around the corner.
Just see like this sort of gradually growing pool of blood coming out from
leaking under this thing.
You know what? This is a library. How can I not be reading a book right now? I'm gonna go around the bookcase and I'm just gonna grab a random book off the bookshelf. I'm just gonna open it up and be like, oh, there's a fight going on over there. But I don't care.
Roisin.
Wow. Rude.
You go
bud.
take care of yourself, Lydia.
I guess just pout.
Yeah, you guys can see each other now.
She's gonna set her feet, raise this small up, and split into a mirror image as she swings at it from two different angles with all of her might. That's a true strike power attack.
Nice.
That's a nice one right there, kid.
I'll take that 17. So that's gonna be a 52.
52 will hit.
You did it.
Big old bonk.
Bonk, bonk, bonk. Roll the right kind of dice this time.
Darn.
That's a cock die.
A lot of dice. Holy crap, what the hell?
Yeah, baby.
Power attack,
Oh,
baby.
power attack, right.
Power
there we
attack,
go.
baby.
This thing is
Slap
done.
Slap.
This is the wampin stick.
This is where the whole screen just turns into like the comic like cutout that goes like wham.
51 adamantine bludgeoning damage.
What happens to it?
The thing is rearing back. It's kind of staggering. The one ankle is kind of broken. She's going to kind of aim it, bring it back, and then as she kind of splits into two images, one of the images will kind of shift and solidify into the other one. As it tries to lean away, it leans into it. And the maul finally, the stress fractures going through the carapace are too much. It smashes cleanly through at the back, shatters open, and this blast of damage will fly upwards, scorching the ceiling with this escaping energy, and yet still miraculously leaving the books untouched.
And as this energy rips through this crack, blasting through its crystal body, now shattering like glass.
I have catch rocks. Can I catch some pieces?
Yes. Sure.
19. Yeah, I caught some rocks.
You take 12 points of slashing damage for catching a bunch of shards of glass and
How
flying
much?
through the air.
12. That's fine.
But you got some big old pieces of glass. And
She couldn't help herself. It's reflex.
That's right.
as it erupts, the golden pieces of Armidy's plates that were attached to its body drop to the ground intact as these blue crystal shards just litter the floor of the aisle here.
Y'all done?
And Kaladar bleeds for 23 damage.
We should probably
We
stop.
should probably do something about
After that, the group of you could definitely stop it before it ticks again. So you could.
So it's how much damage?
23.
23, so you'll take 11.
Wee.
That lasts for 10 minutes, so
Fair enough.
I have a personal investiture in making him stop bleeding.
You definitely, with the threat dealt with, there would certainly be no difficulty in stopping the bleeding from there.
Fun fact, you can't dismiss shield other.
Fun fact.
Even if I wanted to stop getting punched in the face, I literally can't.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
happens if while you're in shield, the other person dies?
Well, if they stop taking damage, but when Roshin still has hit points, then good.
Because Roshin does, yeah.
Then if they die, then they become an object and are no longer a valid target for the spell.
Then I can shrink them and put them in my purse.
Put him in the
All
pocket.
sorts of interesting things happen when you're an object.
Alrighty then.
Kaladar's not an object. Kaladar is a subject. He is alive.
And we are alive.
And we are alive.
That was
So-
It wasn't me this time.
After the tinkling sounds of these glass shards, again, surprisingly quietly given some of their size falling across the floor, you're left with these boulders of crystal throughout the aisle. But otherwise, once again, silence in the library. As it explodes, its death throw does blast books and tomes from the shelves. Pieces of these glass ripping through the paper and cascading a couple of a couple of shelves out into the aisle as well.
So, what exactly is the plan after we leave the library?
After we leave the library.
Yeah, I figure we should probably plan out a few steps after we leave the library because they're going to catch on that we were down here.
Right, but they can't come down here. They all swore oaths not to come
Yeah,
down.
but-
Magic ones.
We have to leave.
Right.
They can wait at the entrance.
They could, but I don't think they will.
This is a really interesting book. Raz, I see what you're on about reading random books.
Yeah.
Doing, my dear. You feeling all right? You looked positively put out before you went around that corner.
I just never.
Oh, there. Back up. You'll be all right. How many more golems could there possibly be in the world?
I hate them.
Oh, bud, there's
I hate them so much.
They're very annoying.
God told me this wasn't a golem, and he lied.
It's not a golem. It's not immune to magic. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, how many more of these things could there possibly be down here?
You know what? It's okay. It's okay. You want to know why? Are you okay?
No, bud, I'm not feeling very good.
You look awful.
Let me help you.
But may I just say, you did a spectacular job of getting bit so no one else did.
Don't
That's usually my
invite.
job.
Normally, that's my job. I really appreciate it, let me tell you.
Caught all the hands there, bud.
Really great at being stabbed. No, you put that on your resume.
There's
You are an expert.
actually a target.
No, we're gonna put it on your resume, and she's gonna heal you.
All right.
This is just a puns episode.
I hate it.
I started this, so like I definitely can't be upset about it, and I'm not. But it's gotten wow,
hand.
it's just kept going. So, Kaladar, as you feel this magic flow into you, and you're sitting on the ground here, your trained tracker's eye notices that among the debris of this creature, this guardian, something is different. There are golden pieces of like filigreed armor, very finely worked and embossed. There are chunks of blue crystal of its body. There is one small, slender, finger-sized golden chunk of crystal on the floor.
It has 67 hit points in it.
1 second. So, Kaladar slumps to the ground just to take a rest and leans against the back of the this bookshelf, looks over, and he goes, "Oh, that's interesting.
Don't eat it.
This is different. What is this? I don't know anything about magic, but this looks different, boys."
Oh, Resme could probably figure it out.
Looking at this, it looks to be almost a shard of golden glass.
Oh.
Near needle-like to a point at one end and a bit wider at the far side. The butt of the thing, almost a perfectly smooth face.
Piece of the orb, I guess.
Probably exactly what it is.
Could it be?
It's inside a dragon. I mean,
Legendary dragon lore.
Yeah,
really
with
a dragon.
Rez would be able, especially because you have literally, like, you.
I don't
this
stop
thing
talking
is
about
studied.
it.
Knowledge, yeah.
This is, and you've seen one of these before.
we've seen two of them.
Stuck in a different dragon. Two.
We've seen pieces of it in other places. Like, we've seen pieces of this before. This is the third time we've seen pieces of the dragon orb.
I've seen it twice.
I don't know where you saw it other than inside Zurich, but you've definitely seen the one inside Zurich and somewhere else also that I'm not remembering.
In the chest of
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the one that I'm
Zurich.
talking about. That's the one that I
No,
remember.
we also saw it, and we saw a piece in Cobbler.
That's fine.
Oh,
That's fine, doesn't
irrelevant.
matter.
Poison,
Doesn't
definitely seen it
matter.
before.
We've seen it.
Razga definitely recognized this as a chunk of the.
Oh, I did, by the way, straight up touch it. So if there was some kind
No,
of
yeah, you have it in your hand. Like,
Okay.
there's nothing immediately
Oh,
happens.
Yeah.
Well, that's easy. That's just a shard of the dragon orb. Yeah, definitely what Orsme said. For sure, 100%.
They put it inside their librarian.
Oh, it's a good power source, apparently, I guess. Oh,
Most golems don't need a power source like
I
that.
don't think it was a golem.
It sort of looked like one.
It acted like one, too.
Well, I guess if you're gonna control a dragon, it's a dragon. I mean, if Menkari can use it to control dragons, then Menkari can use it to control this through this.
But it's just dragon shape. Maybe I just don't understand the finer points.
I don't think this is
I mean, it's
a
an
golem.
immense-
I think this thing was actually functionally alive because it's not normal. Like
Oh.
it had.
Definitely not alive. Anyways,
Oh, no, I never got scared.
are you
But
good? Does this hurt?
Yes.
not a golem.
How about here?
Yep.
Is that broken?
Oh, yeah, bud.
Okay.
Resume, did you make any of those little potions you take to kind of around with you?
Oh, of course. Yeah, sure. Drink some.
Just a couple of those.
Does this enfeeble us if I have like?
The
yeah,
enfeeble
I'm
would
also
wear
enfeebled.
off by now, yes.
Okay.
Both of you would overcome the
He
enfeeble.
just takes a couple minutes sitting on the ground, like literally just splayed out, laying against the books, like,
The critical failure,
there, buds.
the critical failure on the Stinky Doom Breath is one of the funniest lines I've ever read in Pathfinder. The critical failure is enfeebled 8. The critical failure is like, just go home. Like,
wow.
your character is set to the off position. Like,
At that point, it would be worth using your dex.
I got no strings. to
Wow.
hold me down.
Mr.
And
This isn't a
enfeebled-
golem, and Mr. Let me do a funny thing. It's funny.
Well,
Don't
funny
use
for
your
him.
hero
And
point. It's
enfeebled
funny.
Resume would not be able to move because your strength mod would be below 0. You'd be at -3 strength modifier. You would collapse and would literally not have the strength to move.
Yeah, which is why I went behind it.
At enfeebled 5, which is a regular failure, you would collapse and be unable to move.
Rough. Well, it's a good thing. Good
So
thing
enfeebled
I didn't
8
do that.
exists. Just throwing that out there into the wild. You can just go ahead and think about that one tonight.
That's
Can you
wild.
imagine just some kid overstaying his welcome in the library, just bleh.
No one told me that was in the library.
How much do the potions heal for?
Like,
Oh, geez,
almost
what are we-
40
I don't know.
each.
Just how much you missing?
I'm down about 50.
Just
Oh,
take 2 and you're good.
Take two.
Take
call
two
me
and
in
call in the morning.
Cool. That's
Yeah, I'll
Take
take. I'll
two and
take.
call
I'll take
it in
one
the
as well.
morning.
Maybe I'll take 2.
Yep,
Yeah.
two, all around.
I'll take 2. Yeah.
I won't take any.
Shots.
I took, for once
round of shots.
in my life, I only took 8 points of damage in that combat.
You're
did good,
welcome,
Rez.
bud.
You did great.
You did great. You didn't get looked at. Good job being over there.
Hiding.
Was that 10 minutes, by the way?
To take a couple of potions, no, it'd probably. I mean,
I
mean,
finding the
Kaladar's been, like,
resting
laying
after-
here just
Yeah,
sort of-
probably.
Yeah, he was
Sing for a
catching his
minute,
breath
yeah.
for a bit. Yeah. Doesn't have to be 10 minutes, but
The group of you would be in what looks like it may be the bulk again of the archive. Kaladar was on his way to one of the doors at the eastern side. There are 2, one leading
well,
east.
now
one leading
Kaladar's
south.
feeling okay. He's just real dirty still. He didn't clean himself, but he's gonna walk through that door.
East door or south door?
Oh, is there 2?
There's 2.
2.
Wait. Oh, I see.
You know what? Before we walk through those doors,
Kaladar's like contemplating the
All right,
doors.
let's go.
Literally,
Reloads his arms.
Oh, wait a minute.
before we do that, extinctum, and I will disappear again. I'm gonna cast disappearance on myself, and I'm gonna go scout for a hot minute because if I'm just not there and these things are there, then they can't see
Oh,
me.
yeah. Kaladar can do that too. Extinctum, and he disappears too.
the 2 of you.
I guess I'll just stand here then.
Same. I'll keep you company.
Can't you do it too?
I can, but only 3 times a day, so I'll save it for later.
The 2 of you would spend the opportunity scouting around the archive a little bit. The southern door would lead to a single hallway with a series of doors leading off the right side. Checking into those, they would all be very small offices with after the desk that's in them, barely enough space to sit in front of. They look to be smaller individual reading rooms without the beds attached to them. The middle is not a place. I'm pretty sure they oopsied when they made this map. And that middle section, I'm pretty sure, is supposed to just be filled in, so pretend that's not there. I promise that's not a room.
No secret
It's
rooms.
not like a secret door or anything. There just is straight up nothing in there.
I check every square inch of the wall.
Kick the wall and I find a void. There's nothing in it. I'm confused and angry.
I call Valentina over. She's just gonna punch through the wall for a while. We're gonna get there. We're gonna find that
Yes.
void.
Why aren't there any? I want to go in that room, the one with nothing in it.
Not a room. I even put a torch in there, so there was definitely just a
Thank
kind
you.
of lost track
Thank you.
of like.
See, now I'm in there and I
which
feel
one
better.
was
No, I
supposed
feel
to be
better now.
rooms and
So
which ones
Resme
were
falls
supposed
to the
be
back
voids.
rooms.
Never heard from again. Disappearance is now permanency.
It's like the 13th floor at Wayside Story High School.
The eastern door
Same.
leads you into what looks to be a meeting room with a ring of chairs around a centralized, larger table that would allow a sizable group to meet and discuss findings or research.
Study hall.
Exactly. And from here, you can see again a pair of doors. One leading yet further east into another archive room with yet more racks of bookshelves near floor to ceiling, completely filled with similar thin leather-backed volumes. The shelves appear to be very well organized, much like the entryway, but less perfectly uniform. While the southern passage here leads you down to another archive.
It's almost like that's what this place is.
But no more glass
It's
dragons.
like it's a huge freaking library or something, where you would arrive in a much larger space where the walls of the entire chamber themselves are rack upon rack upon rack of books, scrolls, stone tablets, all manner of recorded knowledge filling the whole perimeter of the space.
Whole lot of words.
There
Too
would
bad
be
I'm not gonna read them.
4 more sets of tables in here, surrounded by comfortable chairs, smaller meeting areas that look pristine and undisturbed. As you would move to
In an unusual way that is suspicious, and I should be suspicious of the suspicious thing.
they look literally unused. Like with even just walking through here seeking, it would appear to you nobody has possibly ever sat in these chairs before.
So not the traditional like names scrawled like carved
Yeah, is
into
there
the
any
top
gu-
of
is there any gu-
It
is there any
smells
gum
like new
underneath the
library.
desk?
Got a new library smell to it,
Yeah.
with a little bit of earthy touch from the stone tablets.
No chewing gum on the bottom of the desk.
And the final chamber that would be attached onto the back end of this is about a 20-foot square room that appears to be blank. The floor is smooth. The walls have no torches mounted upon them. Ignore the torch on the map again. There was clearly a bit of a miscommunication when they were arting this one.
I have dark
There's-
vision, so I'm okay if that's too dark.
but it is still lit.
Oh.
It's dimly lit with kind of a scintillating blue glow that seems to just emanate out from the 4 walls of the room itself. The surfaces of which all very slightly shimmer and dance with this light.
Legendary crafting. Would I know anything about that?
So maybe a crafting check.
Sure. Oof. That's a 37.
37, looking at it, this is
6 on the die. by the way.
definitely magic. But you can tell that it's magic of some kind that is overlaid on the stone wall still. These are still the same sturdy stone walls that the rest of this library is carved out of beneath the Isle of Hermea here. But what, by any god's purpose, this could have is unknown to you.
Are we in this room or are we looking into this
This
room?
is
There's
the
it's-
scouting
Just us.
of the invisible
ones.
team.
Okay.
Oh,
Gotcha.
that's your department there, bud. We just voices from nowhere. 'Cause
As you look through all of this would seem to be the end of the sequence. You see no sign of anything
Okay.
alive or moving in any of the rest of the chambers. And then I assume at that point you come back
Yeah.
to the rest of the party.
yeah.
The empty room is interesting.
Looked like more of your style room there, bud.
And an
'cause,
archive that's never been sat in before. That's curious as well, especially given how many people have been down here.
It might be a new addition.
Let's take a look.
I mean, there's only so much book you could throw in one room. It's a lot of book in a room.
So you all going down to that blank room?
I think we're going into the untouched archive to start with.
Okay. The large walls are shelves, pristine chamber.
Are these books real? Like, it looks like this is like a stage set. Like, Roshin's just going to pull a book off the shelf.
Yeah, you
just
reach
to
out,
see.
you pull a book out. There is a book.
Does it
It,
have stuff in it?
It is filled out. It is a like geographical treatise of the hinterlands of Iskar, surprisingly enough.
Huh.
It is a book. These things all appear to really be here. They are real.
Is there like an organizational structure that we can determine? Because you said there are scrolls and tablets and books.
This room does not appear to be organized the same as the shelves in the rest of the archives. If there is an organizational structure here, it's actually not immediately apparent.
You had to ask
You
the
can
crystal
see like
dragon.
a very loose grouping of incredibly broad subjects, but it's not even subjects like Iskar or geography. That book is grouped with one on noble bloodlines of Cheliax. It's grouped with one on divine fonts of magic. It's grouped with one on like ancient northern rituals. It's grouped with one on the divines of the eighth circle of hell. If there's a sorting factor here, it's not immediately apparent. Trying to find anything of value or any logic to this would certainly take a little time.
Would Lore Academia help with that at all?
Give me a Lore Academia, good
I'm
my Barty boy.
I am legendary in Lore Academia. I'm a teacher.
He is a teacher.
Fair enough.
He's a teacher.
And you know what? Also, I'm going to go ahead and use a cast of hypercognition. I want 6 Lore Academia checks.
Yeah, that always works out well.
Always works out well for me.
So you learn faster?
No.
Enough. We got another one. We got another one right here.
I have one.
Okay.
So the lowest is a 3 on the die. So total of a 31. No, sorry, that's wrong. 35 for the lowest. Then it goes up to
What's the highest?
What's the highest?
highest,
Is that 18 over there?
18 plus 35. So
53.
55, 30 plus 32, sorry. Numbers are hard for me all of a sudden.
So with a 50. With a 50, as you cast this spell and Raz's eyes kind of widen, his little rat pupils dilating even wider than
Just
they
jitters
normally
a
are.
lot.
Vibrates with
Not that
intent.
much different from your normal state.
Looking through this, you start to understand. It is very well sorted, but the groupings are clearly by what they were used for. Be they individual projects or rituals or studies of history. There are sections to this archive that you would be able to access relatively easily. A large chunk of it, one entire wall, seems to be centralized and devoted around a single ritual. And everything that could possibly branch and spiderweb out from that. The section around where Roshin was looking is focused on an interesting pair of factors. Eugenics.
Big surprise there.
The source of divine magic, and a bunch of different geographical regions of the world. Another wall looks like it is focused on a bunch of information tangentially related to Promise and Hermea itself, while the final spans millennia. It looks like you could almost accumulate what you might envision as even a personal history of Menkare here.
While Raz is doing that, Resme is going to start walking back through the rooms. And as she does, she's going to start incanting. And as she starts incanting, images and people are going to start flying by her. And books will be removed from the shelves. Things will disappear from the new section. She'll cycle back through the bedrooms, and people will come and go from them asleep. I'm going to rewind back in time to when Xerxes and to when the subjects we want were researched, and I'm going to go look and see what books they were looking at when they researched them, and I'm going to go grab those books.
Very clever.
Okay, so
Good use. I like it.
as you cast, what's the spell called again?
Retrocognition.
Yeah.
Retrocognition.
Retrocognition, thank you.
And you're going back to the other archives.
Yep.
How long does retrocognition last? / what is the area of it? This is a huge area.
It's thousands of years, and it's wherever I am.
How
It's
long
up
is
to
it?
1,000 years.
But like, is it an instant?
Yeah, I
So
get it.
How many casts?
Give me a minute. Let me.
Because you need like a cast per archive room, basically. Because I'm pretty sure you just go off immediately of the area around you.
Yes.
So you would, one cast of retrocognition would let you see the history of any one chamber of this archive, because it is so large and expansive that you couldn't, like, it's not a thing you can sustain and walk through the area. So if you went back to...
What if I wished it? Upgrade.
She's like, I want.
What if I did that?
I wish it did do that, though. You know what? Sure, why not? So
Just to speed things along.
you would see...
Upgrade by 2 levels.
You would see a lot of action through the archives. You would see people coming in the atrium, all finding the most recent book, and speaking with a steward who would then simply bring a finger across the page and spring their notes into life here. You would occasionally see manual addendums added to these things. You would see that first archive where the Guardian was, where dozens upon hundreds of various figures, again, near universally human, perusing through with all sorts of various tomes and things. You would get into the third archive in the northeast that you had walked through, where you would find much less interaction. In fact, everyone that you saw come and go through this room only appears here a single time. No one ever repeated back here again. But you would see many of the books from this room, like, sequentially disappearing, removed from the archive and returned as the next was taken on a yearly cycle as this went through. You would come back down to this final archive, and by this point, the figures that move through this hallway, connecting this larger meeting chamber to this archive where everyone else is, have all but vanished. In fact, as you cast your mind back to the dawn of promise, you see only one single bearded old man with a bald head, the lone figure that came and went from this final archive. You see it built up over the span of an instant as a year passes in your time, as he alone stocks all of the shelves in this room with all of their knowledge. You see him occasionally come back to reference various things, to peruse, to spread them across the table, never choosing to utilize the chairs or to sit. No one else ever invited to aid him.
guy.
Very rarely you would see him take something out from this archive and bring it into the room where the Guardian was, personally overseeing as they looked through whatever personal knowledge he had. Several times in the last 2 years, you would see him bring scrolls. You would see him bring tablets. You would see him bring, like, wax papers from this northern wall back into that guarded archive for a dark-skinned elf with bright blue eyes and thick, almost dreadlock hair kind of just springing up around. He looks jovial, and the two seem to be friends. And with that, your retrocognition ends.
Okay. What titles was he pulling?
Across the northern wall here, you would be able to look at a few of the things that he had taken, and they all relate to this single ritualistic focus of the northern wall.
That's definitely caught my attention, knowing that I've explained to Roisin and probably Valentina if she cares. Kaladar does not care, so I'm not explaining anything to him.
Kaladar sits at one of the chairs.
What the organization system is and how the rituals probably what Mr. Xerxes was researching.
The anima invocation.
It is not so simple as finding the scroll that has the anima invocation on it. What we have up here is an assortment of various pieces of history, of recorded knowledge from scholars, of research that's done, of bits and bobs. It would take the group of you the better part of an hour to put together enough scattered esoterica to start to really form an idea of what this is. But even with that, only those of you with a pretty heavy magical mind would really be able to get any understanding of what this is. The basics could be explained to Valentina and Kaladar here.
Maybe a legendary mind?
But this anima invocation is an extremely powerful ritual with an incredibly high cost. Base level for explanation, it allows you to sacrifice a near infinite number of good, pure, willing souls and channel all of that energy into a potent divine force that could rival a god.
Well, I guess
Trigo was right.
that's what Trigo was doing.
No, that's what Mankare was doing. Mankare was gathering that knowledge. That's probably how the Ekujai sealed Dahak far back in the day.
No, I think Trigo might have been trying to do the right thing.
What, Etrix? Etrix was trying to use the Dragon Orb. He wasn't trying to do this.
No, I mean Emeliza. Emeliza, I don't think she knows about any of this.
She too was talking about the Dragon Orb. Something about that really gets that family for some reason.
Speaking of that, isn't it supposed to be down here?
It is, but you said there was a strange room with a blue glow coming off the walls.
Oh, yeah, but over there, I don't know anything about it. I have True Sight, so it did.
True Sight doesn't help you anything with
I
that,
didn't think
no.
so, but I had to make sure that I said it. So
You've been down here for some time and no one has come to accost you, so almost certainly the contract of citizenship backfiring in its requirement,
Keep checking
preventing
back with Mataz.
anyone from being able to actually follow you down here.
and I would get an alarm. I would get an alarm as soon
You
as
would
somebody
get an
crossed that
alarm.
path.
So no one has even come into the tower itself.
What are my guard friends doing?
How long's
8 hours.
Oh, well, they, you would see up top a phalanx of a dozen Citadel guards, shields set together, swords atop them, lined up outside the door to the tower, waiting.
Oh, they're kind of
immediately.
So we have a bit of a problem when we get out of here.
Like I said, we might
That's
need
a problem for future Roshin.
It is here that we will end today's session.
It's here that
Putting
Kaladar
the
is.
fail back in
Want to
phalanx.
take some more knives
Yeah.
for us?
Yeah, it's here that
What is-
Kaladar puts his feet up on the table, is sitting back in these chairs, the first one to ever do it, and he kind of takes a nap. And as he starts to snore, a like little pillow of webbing will just kind of cover him up, and he's just gonna be like a little cocoon laying in this chair. Yeah.
We
Really want to
still
open it up and see if he turns to goo.
we have only begun to discover the depths of what we might learn in the archives here, but even what we find first seems concerning. Emeliza might well be right.
I think not, maybe?
This doesn't seem like a a great plan for the whole family that Minkare is putting together here.
Oh, it's a great plan. It's just a Jim Jones style
Don't
plan.
like the implication very much. And we've got some friends upstairs waiting. And we know this whole area is warded against teleportation.
How long can you hold a ready position?
Hey, I ruined the surprise
how heavy are
party.
those shields? These guys have got to fatigue at some point, right?
Oh, we're gonna be down here for like 12 hours.
Yeah.
Next week, we come back. Well, we'll see where this goes. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Thanks for being here. Enjoy your weekends. Good night, everyone.
Hey, the internet didn't die.